Who here likes booties?
I do not miss that taste in my mouth.
Oh, man, that was rough.
Not the taste of booty, but the taste of Xenoff vodka.
Yeah, some say it's kind of like booty, but the bad kind.
Yeah, like...
I think that's the actual slogan on it.
There's definitely a hierarchy of booties, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely the bad kind. This is like that one chubby friend that you had in middle school that you were both in athletics together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows me knows exactly who that friend is, by the way.
Is it Gabe?
No.
Oh.
No. I didn't know Gabe till, like, technically maybe...
High school?
17, 18?
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. So we just did 2 pre-show pools to celebrate the fact that
back in studio.
He's back in studio. Studio. It's good to have you back, my man. It was a strange thing to not have you here last episode.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now we did it. We're back. We're back in black.
Yeah,
I love them booties. Look, it's Bran Broden.
Hey,
What's up,
look,
buddy?
it's Bran.
How are you, buddy? How are you, my man? Oh, look, they changed something. It says new now. I know it's new because it wasn't there before. You don't have to say that,
Cool.
Twitch.
Oh yeah, I think there's like timestamps if you tune into a feed that's been going on, and it shows you the ones from before you got there, the chats from before you got there, and they're timestamped.
That's pretty cool. Look at that.
Maybe.
Sleepy. Yeah, we're sleepy too, man. We're
I'm
sleepy
not.
too.
I feel fantastic.
I drank a lot last night, but I woke up with 0 hangover, and I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Like I didn't try any of these miracle hangover cures, like beetroot or like I have newt or anything
That's
like
one
that.
Beetroot.
I think so.
Cool.
Everything is a hangover cure, right? So it's like
beets are legit as fuck.
you
dude.
ask any or you tell anybody that you got a hangover, and they immediately solicit
Suck an egg.
a resolution for you, right? So it's just like, bro, you telling me you didn't suck on stuffing?
Yeah. Take cayenne
Wait,
pepper.
what?
Okay, you roast it gently, right?
Gently.
roast the cayenne pepper, right? Mix it with 1 raw egg. Okay, then gently roast the mixture, right?
But it's always some sort of weird like you gotta throw in the rib cage of a lizard, right?
Yeah. You got to build one of those Rube Goldbergs with the little droppy thing.
Yeah. And then only then will you be cured of your hangover. But you have to do it 3 days before you start drinking.
Yeah.
You know?
They're like, you know what you should have done? I'm like, that's not helpful.
Yeah, I know, right?
You should have drank 1 water, then 1 drink, then 1 water. Well, I didn't.
What can I do now?
I didn't do that.
What can I do now, Gabe? What can I do now?
He's in Brazil right now, by the way.
I saw that.
That's cool, huh?
I was checking his story out, and he's like, I'm on a plane right now by myself. I got my feet kicked up. Look at me over here.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I was
he's like, I gotta. It's not first class, but the other version.
It looked like first class. Is that not it?
It's first class.
I couldn't get.
But they call it something.
I couldn't get past the sound of his voice and actually listen to what he was saying. I was just like, like the whole time. You know?
You know what's funny? Like on all his videos, I never listen with the sound, so I never know what's going on.
Is it because his voice is like a cheese grater to your eardrum?
Kind of, but the pictures tell a story. I just watch the pictures, and sometimes he'll be moving around, you know, and I'm like, I know he's explaining what I'm looking at right now, but
But I could see.
Yeah,
I have eyes.
Yeah, I think it is because of his voice, but like not because I don't want to hear his voice, but I think like if I turn the sound on, it just like cuts through the air. Everybody around me is like, "What is he looking at?" You know?
Yeah. Is that a new Ray Romano stand up?
Yeah,
it's not funny though.
Yeah. He's talking about clouds and trees and stuff.
Yeah, it did look cool. I've never been in first class. I'm what you would call a flea bottom peasant.
Dude, same. Me never.
It looks badass though.
Yeah, I've walked through it.
You've walked through it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You've been touched.
There's this one plane I got on where the very front of the plane was, the front of the plane was first class, and then the door was even more fronter. So to board, you had to go through the front door, then walk past the people in first class who have been already seated because they get seated first.
Do they have those things over their eyes so they can sleep? And it says like, I make more money than you?
Some of them do. They go right to sleep, right? But then all the other ones are just kind of like trying not to make eye contact with you as you walk by because
they feel guilty that
they're just
can't
sitting
afford
there
first class.
Yeah. And like as the poor people walk by, they just we're trudging
as you're being marched off to the gulag.
We're trudging, and they're just like like whenever you're sitting in your car and a homeless man asks you for money, or like he puts a sign like up to your window, you're just like.
Yeah.
You pretend to be on
You
your
have
phone?
to be as oblivious as possible. You got to be like
Yeah.
like Oblivious and Ferb. That's what you have to be
Oh,
so
there
that
it
they
is.
don't see you. You know what I'm doing. I've thought of a whole bunch of them, so I'm just like trying to place them.
The new show?
Yeah, it's
Show
whenever
title?
for every episode that ends in a 2 is going to be a blank and Ferb.
blank and Ferb.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I'm glad that you brought that story up because I was like, how the hell am I going to fit this in?
I'm gonna get you a thesaurus for your birthday.
I do like
Not that you
thesaurus.
need one, but
Dude, I'm pretty good with words, right? Like I have a cavalcade of words ready to
I
go.
wish I had a way with words.
Like a jubilee of vernacular I have ready at my disposal at any. It's a different word for moment. See, this is why if you got me a thesaurus, I'd know.
Compendium.
At any compendium's notice, I would be. It's good to have you back in studio, man.
Cool.
I missed.
I just remembered something.
Way to shit on my heart.
I'm glad to be back. Yeah, brother.
Hey, man, I miss you so much. Cool.
Cool.
You stupid bitch.
Sorry, I was thinking about how, no, because you made me think of a story from the week.
Oh, yeah? Let's hear it.
Hey, yo, what up? Emerald Page.
Oh, shit. What's up, baby girl? Y'all need a countdown.
We have one.
So I don't miss a minute. We do have one.
We have one.
And it is exactly 3.5 minutes long.
Yeah, it's as long as it needs to be.
As long as it needs to be. It's not 20 minutes. It's not 30 minutes. It's not, what did I say, 27 years on the stream last night?
I was okay with 15 minutes just because.
But then they bumped it up.
Yeah,
Then they bumped it up.
Because like from 30 minutes to go down to 15 minutes, it feels good, right?
It does, yeah.
It's like, oh my god, half the time.
And we praised them for it. We were like, man, that's great. I'm so glad they listened to our criticism. And then Jeremy's like, what if I go up 5 minutes? It's That's the opposite of what we want.
He's like, nobody's tuning in. And you know what? I always tune in and I lurk, right? So right when the notification goes up, I immediately start lurking.
Correct, and you came and you lurk.
So Jeremy's like, we give people time to get here, right? Mm-hmm. So like as I'm there, I always see like because the viewer count is there, right?
Yeah.
And I'll see it like pop up to 2, back to 1, up to 2.
Yeah.
Back to 1. I'm like, how many people are like popping in, seeing this long ass thing, and then leaving? And then when they finally like turn the shit on, and they're like, okay, we're here now. Like, boom, it jumps up to like 8.
I'll tell you how many. Everybody. So I bet you know how we get those like the rundown of the summary, right? We get the Twitch stream summary, and it's like you had this many concurrent viewers, and then you had this many unique viewers, and that number's always higher, right?
Unique New York.
Yeah, unique New York, right?
Yeah,
so
I can do it.
I guarantee you, like their concurrent viewers are like a normal level, right? Mm-hmm. And then their unique viewers are like 75 times higher because you have new people coming in and going, 20 minutes? I'm out of here. So you're losing fans, guys. You're losing them.
I bet they have way more unique viewers anyways because they're actually a niche and we don't have a niche.
That's true. Dude, they were up to like 9 last night at one point. They're probably higher than that, but whenever I checked, it was 9. I was like,
9 viewers at one time?
Boys, they deserve so much more recognition than they get.
I know, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the highest we've gotten was like 15, and that was when Cameron Clark and Beth Doe were on. But I think because they're lackeys.
Oh, yeah. We got raided.
I want to get them back on something.
Kind of.
They hate me now. They hate me.
That's weird.
They hate me.
What does that say about you?
I don't know. Am I more toxic than they are? I could be. I don't know. It's just it's hard to say. Like they blocked me.
I wouldn't say you're more toxic.
I'm just more fun, maybe.
But we just did too. I think it's because they're not used to people actually like trying to dance with them, you know?
I know, right? I guess. And I'm not even like, I don't know. I'm not nearly as toxic as them. I'm very toxic. I'll admit that because toxicity is funny. That's why they rhyme.
Grab my foldy flaps.
Oh my god.
Foldy flaps.
See, it's either a shitty pour or a giant pour.
Who says those two are different?
Yeah, with this vodka, you're not lying. You're not lying. So,
You gotta touch
Oh, yeah. Just came.
Hey, you know how I'm good at languages?
I do. That's actually established in the show, you know?
I know.
It's established in our lore.
Yeah, so I was playing Valorant with somebody, and they're like, I got this shitty Canadian ping or whatever, like, you know? And
I don't know what that means. A Canadian ping?
Ping is like how long it takes for your... I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
No. It's supposed to be like how far the towers are or something like that.
Yeah,
like how long it
yeah.
takes to ping. So like latency. Like the longer you ping, the more latency you have, right?
Yeah. Higher is worse. I know that.
Yeah. So you're good at languages. I'm good at other stuff.
Technologically.
Technologically. Yeah.
Did you ever want to hold a Terry fold? I got one right here.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
Grab it,
Yeah.
twist, and tuck.
As over the course of this podcast, I think this corner of my mouth has been retracting because it's getting like worn away from the vodka.
Like Heath Ledger's Joker?
Kind of, yeah, but this one's fine. So it's like, I was more imagining like the Grand Canyon. You know how like it's been
Eroding.
Eroding. There we go.
Eroding, yeah.
It's been eroding.
Remember,
from the
I'm a
vodka
thesaurus
right?
myself.
Yeah, you're a thesaurus.
Yeah.
And
Thesaurus and Ferb. That's a good one.
what's it saying? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So do you ever hate how you want to say a joke from that is like rooted with our lexicon of the show?
Yes,
and
it's
but you're talking to people that don't know it. So
yeah,
you're
so
like,
they're not going to feel like the full, like, when I've done that before, like, you know, you forget, like, there's not just like a language barrier, but like a cultural barrier, right? So
yes.
it's like, you almost have to like exist within this culture and do so fluently to be able to understand like the nuances of what's being said, right?
Yeah.
So I've forgotten about that a couple of times and like lobbed out like a witty joke
Yeah, and
or
you're
whatever.
Like, you're like, dude, that's a banger, and nobody laughed, and you're like, I feel compelled to like explain it.
Well, they fake laugh, like,
But it's not funny.
It's like they feel
They know
they
it's a
feel the
punchline.
incessant need. Yeah, like it's like they know that there's something funny there. They don't know what's funny about it. Yeah, you see, I do. I give them the eyes, and I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's called the Blumpkin Spice. You know what I mean? And they're just like, they're like, ha 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 ha. They walk away. You know?
Yeah. Well, I made one of those about I'm good at languages, and nobody laughed and stuff. I was like,
Oh, Emerald Page says towers, and he's laughing. I guess I might have been wrong on that. I don't know though. I don't know enough about towers to dispute the fact that I might have been wrong about towers.
what are you talking about? Oh, towers.
Yeah, you know
towers.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know, like
Cool.
jet fuel can melt steel beams.
But you know what's funny about Emerald Page? He likes, or no, actually both
Here, get ready for it.
Emerald Page and
Get ready,
what's his name on here? Ubara Look.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
How did you remember his stage name? It's not
What's his name?
Not his God-given name.
Derivative with 2 V's.
Yeah, it is.
They
Right now, it's confirmed trash human being.
They love correcting people.
Yeah, I noticed that. But
Even unsolicited corrections.
unsolicitation is the worst thing that has ever existed. I don't need another hangover
They
cure.
even correct sarcasm.
It sounds like they might be a little autistic.
Reed answers rhetorical questions.
Yeah. Well, wait, hold on. What was my Reed voice again? I used to have a Reed voice.
I don't know.
It was pretty good.
I
It
didn't
was.
pull up my soundboard.
It was. How's it go? Well, no, that's not it. I can't find it. It'll come to me in the moment. It's like one of those things where it's like you're like dance monkey dance, and the monkey's too scared to dance, right? But then like in the heat of the moment, I'm like, oh shit, Reed voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you can't.
Reed says, it's not up. There it goes. Sorry, didn't know you liked being wrong.
No, but that's the thing. I'm never wrong. I'm only facetious.
Yeah, I like that. Buddy, we got a big show ahead of us today. It's gonna be a fun show.
Yeah.
I am so excited. I'm very excited. We got a special guest coming on. That's what my interest is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if you figure it out from the teaser that I have. But first, you want some music? Is that what you want?
Look at me. I'm the host today.
Oh yeah, you're right. You are the
play
host.
me some funky music, white boy.
So much venom whenever you said that to me.
White boy.
So much venom. There's a lot of venom in this room today.
Oh, DeLuca?
We just be spitting venom. How'd you know?
Got venom in your words when you spit them. Get tired looking at them. I wasn't trying to do it, but I did like a impression of Chris D'Elia doing an impression
Of Eminem.
Yeah. I know it's impersonation, okay? I like saying impression
It's the same thing.
before I get corrected.
No! I've never been more corrected in my life. I've never had people just call me out on my shit like they do on this show.
Hey, Emerald Page, are you hiding by the rutabagas again?
It's probably the pumpernickel.
Dude, you know what? If we ever visit Reed,
Oh, I want to.
we should not tell him we're going, and we should go to his job.
They'd be like,
Yeah,
I'll
really.
take 47 packs of cigarettes. Because they're always like locked behind the
Oh,
register
yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
He's like,
No, we should go to the rutabagas and like find him.
The
listen to the
rutabagas.
show.
the root of Vegas. so groovy.
Yeah. I like to listen to stuff that's like all falsetto-y, but I don't like singing it.
So, I think you got a pretty good falsetto. It's easier to.
I just don't enjoy it.
It's easier to. I don't like the way it feels in my throat.
I don't. You know, they call it head voice for a reason. It feels like I hear you.
It's alright, you see. We got all we need covered.
So,
Sorry,
this EP is dog shit. This song
I wasn't
is
expecting that.
incredible, and I am tired of that happening.
Yeah. I felt the vibrations that time.
Yeah, good. I was slamming as hard as I could. Hopefully Alex can hear it. It's like and feel it.
Because I wasn't 8 million miles away.
I know. I don't understand like us moving backwards, like devolving in time to just having like a single on an album and the rest of it just be complete horseshit.
Oh,
this album is horseshit.
Yeah, that's
this
like
song is increvable. Look
2005,
Dude,
right? 2005.
Yes. Look, listen to like the capacity that they have. I'm expecting this and then higher every time, or like just like levitating around the general vicinity. But it's like the rest of the EP is like awful.
Yeah, there was a time in my life when I thought that like EP just meant like one single with a bunch of throwaways around it. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
You know?
What song is this? This is DeLuca by Ruby Empress, my man.
DeLuca Heights.
Oh, we actually have like a widget below, like a Spotify Now playing widget too. Like scroll down to that too, and you click on it, it takes you right to the song. It's badass.
That's cool. Once you figure that out.
You hate that?
No, it's like whenever horns are like obviously MIDI.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, most of the song is written on a keyboard. You can
Yeah, I figured, and that doesn't really bother me, but like sometimes when it's like this epic like horn part, and I'm just like, oh, it's like, yeah, I love shit like that.
Yeah. It's dope, right? Like, listen.
Oh, he's on mobile. No widget for him.
It's DeLuca by Ruby Empress, my big boy.
He's hiding behind the rutabagas.
It is. Yeah, I forgot you're behind the rutabagas. It's actually the last song on the Idiosyncratic Show Songs playlist. So if you're still sub to that, scroll all the way to the bottom. It's after Hasta la Cima del Cielo, and it's the very last one. Which I could.
Yeah, del cielo.
Yeah, del cielo.
That means the ceiling.
I need to play that on
added it
accordion.
to his something playlist.
Bro, you should have been subbed the whole time. What are you talking about? Added. I know he is. He's been listening. Like he's like, I've had the goddamn playlist on repeat. I think that's my read voice, right? That's a pretty good read.
Yeah. Hey, you know, actually,
I'm sitting right behind the rutabagas right now.
I've been meaning to say
that's
this.
what it was. It was like Roger from American Dad.
Hey, I've been meaning to say this, but not just because Reed is here and I'm simping for him, because I'm not.
Oh, don't be simping.
I was gonna say we should have like a umbrella plug that we do like somewhere in the beginning of the show, because like, you know, our shows are so long, sometimes people don't hang out to the end.
Which is a crime against humanity.
Crime, you know, fuck them, but...
Fuck them.
I'm just kidding. No, but, you know, I think we should get them out in the front.
That's true. That's a good point. Go check them out. It's twitch.tv/KIGP, son. That's Kind of Important Gaming Podcast. You can find them on Twitter at, at Gaming Important, which is... the antithesis. It's the antithesis because I'm on Twitter like all the damn time. But yeah, Kind of Important Gaming Podcast.
Just a position.
They're so great. I love those guys.
Yeah,
I love them.
It's super informative. If you're into anything gaming, then you could just watch their show and you have all the gaming news you need.
Yeah, and even though fuck 'em Robbie, right? You know, like even though fuck 'em Robbie.
What?
Cinema Soapbox.
Oh,
go
right,
check them out too. Yeah, well, even though fuck 'em Robbie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cinema Soapbox, go check them out also. I don't think we have any other like Brandon
say
Flappy need to start their shit.
I want to do Flapjack.
Always.
Because he's always like...
Flapjack _1 2 tree. That's how he says it.
Yeah, 1 2 tree.
1 2 tree.
Send me your shit and I'll edit it and stuff. He does like really good highlighty stuff and stuff.
That boy be good. Cyberpunk in 3 days is what he says. Gonna do a 12-hour stream when it drops. Nice, dude. Do a 24-hour stream so you can end up dead inside like Danny.
Yeah, be real.
Be real. Oh shit, go check.
Hey, we'll visit you like I visited Danny on his 24-hour stream.
That was badass. Twitch.tv/damn it Danny with 2 M's, 2 T's. 2...
Oh no, he changed it.
It used to be Milkman Danny, right? And
It's like Kuala Lumpur or some shit.
okay. Well, try your best to find him. I don't know why he changes shit all the time.
Yeah.
He's such a goddamn Gen Zer, you know?
Yeah.
Stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, you like that song?
Oh, I like that
It's pretty good,
I
right?
like it a lot.
Groovy.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Fuck yeah.
You ready to start the show?
Hold on.
You got something else you want to throw up? That's a good idea to plug the other guys too at the beginning of the show, at the top of the show.
Intro.
Yeah.
So long
It's
since
good to be
I've
back.
been in this chair.
It's good to be back.
This chair
This
is where
tiny
I
chair
belong.
is a small chair.
My ass is imprinted in it.
It's a small chair.
And it belongs there.
Little
because
chair.
That's where it goes.
Little chair.
Small ass.
Small chair, small ass, small chair. You know what I mean?
That's all I need, brother.
Yeah. It concaves not enough, right?
Concaves with my
Yeah.
contours.
I've sat in that chair before and it hurts my ass.
Yeah.
It's not concave enough.
Yeah,
There's not enough concave to
there's a
it.
giant concave
It's like
running off the
contoured.
bottom. And we're back.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to the show, folks.
To the real show, by the way.
Folks.
Folks.
Yo,
Folks.
you already know what it is. It's the IDIOTSYNCRATIC podcast, my friend.
Yeah.
And I'm your host for today, Alex.
It's your boy over there. Look at him over there.
Look at me. Look at there. And I'm joined by No Pants Gomez, as always.
What's up, baby girl? How are you, my man?
Is
It's
it
good to see you again.
Is it weird sometimes whenever like you've been in correspondence with people and they only know you by your little moniker?
I get called Gomez, no pants,
Yeah.
no pants Gomez. I've been called the white one, the blonde one.
Reed calls me Justyn exclusively.
Dude, he is racist.
Anyways, on today's show, we'll be drinking about, because we were going deep, because we're celebrating.
Look at us, bro. We're back.
Alienoid scientism.
Good job on reading that.
And I know exactly. See, I'm not Davos, you fucking fuck.
Yeah, no, we mold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I already know what it's about. So should I even guess?
Yeah, go ahead and try, bitch.
All right, we have a guest coming.
That's true. We do
Later.
have a guest. I'm gonna give you a clap for that.
All right, it's he's an expert of sorts.
He's an expert of sorts. He is.
Yeah. Brent Broden says little bitch fingers.
Hey, it's your boy. I haven't heard that a shit ton of times.
Shit ton of times.
Yeah.
He knows a lot about conspiracy theories.
He knows
right?
a lot about conspiracy theories. That is true.
But
yeah.
but that's his side bitch, right? His main bitch, right? Is X-Files, right?
His main bitch is
watches a lot of
X-Files. That's
X-Files,
right.
right?
Yeah, he watches X-Files. Yeah. He has every episode cataloged, and he's ready to talk to him.
All right. Would you say he stockpiles aluminum foil or no?
I would say he absolutely stockpiles aluminum foil. There's no way around it. I mean, have you heard of the aluminum foil shortage, by the way?
No.
Because this guy.
Oh,
because of him.
Then yes.
Yeah.
Because of this guy.
Because this guy.
Also, does he stockpile salt? You know, like is he into the occult also? Like you got to protect yourself from witches and demons?
He could potentially be. It's hard to say, but I'm going to say 100% yes.
Okay. I love salt.
I do too.
All right.
I like salt.
Salt is delicious.
Facts. Yeah, but you guessed basically just about everything that he does. His name is Alien Scientist. Oh man,
Is that really his name?
That's his first and last name. Yeah, that's his God-given name.
Does he have a middle name?
Government name. It's probably for real, like Alien for real scientist. You know what I mean? This dude is like
remember the Verb the Noun bands
yes.
when we were a band?
Remember the Hollow Empire? We could make it a verb to noun if we called it Hollow the Empire. But yeah, this dude is like super prominent on Twitter right now.
Bless the kisses.
This dude is all over the place. Okay, he's cutting fools down left and right. He's like, that ain't no conspiracy. That ain't no conspiracy. The monolith. This is aliens. And I'm
Check
just like,
the facts.
I'm like, please come on the show. And he's like, sure. I'm like, oh yeah. Funny
so
thing
cool.
too,
Yeah.
Flapjack tried to get him on the show, but he is inept. So I had to reach out myself and do it.
I heard this story. So apparently, from what you tell me, Flapjack, even though he thinks he's so smart, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't know
Sounds like him.
geography at all.
That's true.
Maybe European geography. He might know that.
So yeah. So he tried to get him on the show, and he's like, the dude lives in Rhode Island, and he goes, He goes, yeah, I tried to get him on the show, but he said with COVID and everything, he wasn't going to be able to make it. And I responded back, I said, Flappy, Rhode Island is like 2,000 miles away from us. I said, that's basically like from where you live to Italy. He's like, oh, God damn it. And me and Eric were talking about him yesterday. And I was like, man, I really hope he gets a chance to fly out one day and just hang out with us. And she goes, he's probably going to land in New York and be like, hey, I'm here. Come pick me up.
Yeah, right. And we're going to be like, all right, we're going to drive to the airport. Where are you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm in New York. I'm at LaGuardia. Bro, that's 2,000 miles away from us. I am Zara. Hey, what's the worst mistake that you made in your life and what did you learn from it?
Ooh,
starting a podcast.
That's a deep one.
That's the worst mistake I've ever made. And what I learned from it, it wasn't a mistake.
Don't do it again.
Yeah, don't do it again. This is the last podcast I'll ever start in my life.
Brother.
Yeah, brother. You know what I'm saying? I hurt your wrist. You okay?
No, that's a good. It's healing, but it's just like it's when I bend it back too far and then pap.
Was that your worst mistake? Was hurting your wrist because you were choking fools?
No, like
because you were choking them. You know,
it's just part of life in jiu-jitsu. You know, like
it just happens. Is what I heard.
If you do it long enough, you're gonna catch an injury. You know,
that's true.
And it's like I'm the least injured of all the people that I know who do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
because like I put my ego to the side. I'm just like I don't care if you tap me out and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Belt or no belt, who gives a shit?
I imagine you screwing your dick off. Like that's the ego. Like you screw it off, put it on the side. You're like, all right, let's go.
But
let's roll.
But I do have like a tenacity to get out of shit.
Oh, nice.
So I legitimately thought that I was going to be able to escape from that wrist lock. And it's my fault. I should have just tapped immediately. But I was like, oh, I'm about to slide out. And then by the time I was like, wait, I'm not gonna slide out. Like the millisecond of me going, okay, I tap now was pap, pap. That's how long it took. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was like, oh no, pap, pap.
So because like that lasted for a long time.
It's been about
a shit ass ton of time.
A month and a half?
Yeah.
Maybe more?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty jacked up.
He says, oh, can you give me more context? Yes, podcasting sucks. It's not fun, except when it is fun and when it doesn't suck.
It's podcasting is so fun that it kind of makes... It kind of like interferes with more time than it should because I get so drunk on this podcast that like basically my whole Sunday is gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've had a nap on the couch and I wake up and it's like, oh shit, what time is it? She's like, it's 9. I'm like, okay,
9 p.m. Okay,
see you later. Going back to sleep. Brand says his bitch ass would fly into Linguini Airport. That's 100% right.
Yeah, in Naples.
Mamma Mia Pizzeria. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he flies in, they're like, hey, Mamma Mia Pizzeria. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong place.
This whole time we've been talking, I've been trying to think of my biggest mistake, and
I thought you had it, dude. I
couldn't think of one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh man,
like for sure, I've made mistakes and stuff.
Yeah, you know, I feel like snapping your wrist in half.
No giant one comes to mind though.
Snapping your wrist in half is a pretty big mistake.
That's a recent thing.
Yeah,
but you know, it's temporary. It's all part of the marathon that is jiu-jitsu.
See, I figured it was temporary, but then it's lasted a month and a half, and I feel like it might be a debilitating thing.
I've been doing. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 8 years.
Alien scientist, what's up, buddy? Hey, how are you, my man? Oh, we're so excited to get you on. We got T-minus 26 minutes, so we're going to speed through the rest of the show. Hey, stay, enjoy the show, get a feel for what we do. Go ahead,
26 minutes till he comes on?
26 minutes till he comes on.
Okay.
Yeah. We're doing good, though. We're making plenty of good times.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we'll make it.
Don't get nervous.
I'm not nervous.
It's okay. You're doing fine. I know that look. Wait. Okay.
No.
You're good.
26 minutes is tons of time.
Yaska 83. Hola. What's up, baby girl? How are you, my man?
How are you?
We missed you. Come back on the show. I need some more cask mates.
Yeah, come back, dude.
Yeah.
He's such a
Don't call it a comeback.
He was like, I don't want to be on the show though. He's like, but I might just come and bring you guys a bottle and then leave.
Oh.
And I was like, that's fine too.
You
man.
can sit here. We'll turn the camera off. You don't even have to say anything.
Yeah,
if you want to,
talk.
we'll turn the mic on. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to say anything. But I'll look at you and I'll wink after every joke I make. You know what I mean? Like that's what I do to the new guests, right? So like I'm looking at what was his name? Stevie. Jonathan?
He said, man, y'all major. Y'all got commercial on the stream. Yeah, that's Twitch, man. That's not
hate
us,
that
bro.
shit. I did my best to turn that shit off, and it would not go away.
We can't.
Yeah.
Once they started giving us money, they're like, all right, we're going to dip our toe in the wet.
YouTube's doing the same shit. Like, we can't monetize our videos, but they can monetize our videos.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that they keep striking and taking down and shit.
Yeah, because there's always there's ads no matter what.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like the smaller videos are not supposed to have
Are we
ads.
still getting like 1 strike per episode?
Just about, yeah. Actually, it's been a little bit. It's been a while.
Is it because of the music?
It normally is because of the music.
Mostly?
But then the cheese, the maggot cheese, the Kazumatsu,
Oh my word!
that got us pulled.
He said sign my
And that
penis.
was sign my penis. I don't know if my pin's long enough.
You know what? You know what I know why?
Oh, I should have
know
been winking at you. Why?
Yeah, wink at him. Because like what we learned from our friend of the show, Louis Schoenbroen,
I love that guy.
director of the Amazing Bulk himself.
Yes.
Right, is that independent artists are very particular, right? So the guy who made that documentary, you know, Italian as he may be, was like, "Hey, that's my shit."
Yeah. And I hate that because once you put it out, into the
Brian quoted me.
dip your toe in the wet. once you put your art out into the ether, it exists for the people, right? Like,
Yeah,
you don't own it anymore. I mean, I'm gonna say
That's how we feel.
we own ours because it's
yeah,
important
but
to
other
me.
artists don't.
They don't own it because I want to utilize their art to bolster our art.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's how it works. So,
yeah.
But yeah, you got him. You figured it out. It's alien scientist. I'm excited to have him on the show today.
Yeah,
alienoid
yeah.
scientism.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. I forgot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
son. Yeah.
All right. Price. Oh, I'm talking about price increases.
Intel chips have gone up, and you're not happy.
No, well, I don't care because I'm an AMD guy, my friend.
Shit, my bad, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good.
AMD chip prices have gone up, and you're not
Actually,
happy.
Black Friday, dude, I saw them i7s was like shit.
Yeah?
on sale.
That's why I bought that.
I thought about getting some, like switching over to some Intel stuff, but I didn't know how it would react with my whole like ecosystem. That's
You got an ecosystem, dude.
a whole
Yeah.
ecosystem.
You got
know?
like a terrarium.
What's my motherboard gonna say? You know.
I know, right? It's probably gonna complain the whole time, ask you to take the trash out. Right?
I know, right? And then just like
That's why I bought
completely-
that Google Home Max that's in the living room. That's why I bought that shit. It's just phone back
Yeah,
here.
where is it?
It's in the living room, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, half off.
but
Got it for $150, dude. Black
wait,
Friday.
So why did you buy the Google Home Max?
Because of Black Friday, I got it half off, and I was just
Oh,
like, man, I've been
you
wanting.
can't not.
I've been wanting like a quality, like all-in-one speaker, dude, and it's got like the sub in that thing. It just sounds so goddamn good, and
Right.
it gets so loud.
Can it turn the AC on and shit?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it can.
And like unlock the door?
Yeah, so it's like a full-on smart speaker. Like this thing, like it's one of those things where you hear about it all the time. It's like almost ubiquitous, and then you don't really realize like its utility, or like it's like the true depth of its utility until you get your hands on one, until you start using it. So now the fact that I have it, like everything in my house is like touch free. So I've lost complete touch with my house. Like I can ask it to do whatever I want, and it will do it. And then I'll be like, "Hey, put on Tame Impala," and it's gonna like blare it throughout the entire house. And it doesn't like it doesn't distort. It doesn't like go tinny or lose its like it's oomph or anything like that.
Yeah,
Like it's
so-
just so good.
Do you care that like you have your own personal FBI agent like, just monitoring you all day?
Alien scientists might have a lot to say about that. I feel that he's not going to be very happy about the fact that I bought a Google Home Max and that I have Google Homes all over my house.
Yeah, you're dumb.
We're speaking into microphones that are going to record our voice onto the internet for
Sprechen Sie Dick.
the rest of our lives. And I don't know if is that okay?
I wonder that
I don't know.
like every day that my daughter ages, I'm like, dude, there's gonna come a time where my daughter's gonna come home from school and there's gonna be these.
Wait, last time you said she's going to come home in tears.
Yeah, she's gonna come home in tears because you know what I mean. Like some 10-year-old showed her a video of me twerking when I got drunk on the podcast. You know what I mean? To a video that had possible. May or may not have been N-words.
Dad, they said that you were doing this and it's not a deep fake. And you're like,
It's not.
You're
No,
like,
no, it is a deep fake.
yeah. Let's see.
Actually, by that time, deep fakes will be like irrecognizable.
I know, right? Let's see. Emerald Page says, you know, the cost of a disc is like 70 cents, right? They already get it.
Alien scientist said, "Don't get paranoid."
Don't get paranoid. He also said this is going to be epic. KIG, what's up, baby girl? He says, hey, Wiretap, play that music. That's true. That's basically, I have bugged my house, right?
Yeah.
And because of like the convenience and comfortability,
Oh,
I'm
Almost
okay
got it.
with it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe that makes me a cuck or like a simp.
Well, I think you
or
feel
like a goddamn smooth brain
you feel
knuckle
like you're
dragging
in a safe
dullard.
place right now because we've already had this conversation before.
It just is what it is, I
And
guess. It's
you-
going to happen.
Yeah, you know my opinion on it.
Convenience outweighs like the
Mhm.
aspect of my life being recorded. I mean, it is what
Right.
it is. What are you?
Yeah.
What are you gonna listen to me doing? Like,
Yeah, I think that's a
sitting on the
decision
couch.
that every person has to make for themselves, which is whether you just have to weigh whether the pros and cons. It's
pros and cons.
It's all pros and cons.
Pros and cons. That's all it is. So yeah, and you're talking. Did I figure yours out? Was it about AMD price chip increases?
Oh,
Shit.
no.
Netflix.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
shit!
brother. Other hand.
Oh, son. Whores.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
Hooters,
they went up to $18 a month, something like that, right? $20 a month.
for us guys.
Huh?
Not for everybody, but we'll get into it again when we get to it.
Oh, okay.
But, I'll
Shit.
just say you got it, and we'll leave it at that.
That's how we do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because this is kind of a throwaway interest again, or it's like a short one. We're probably gonna be drunk, and it's gonna be a long one. But I knew that we're having a guest today, so I wanted to just give us enough time as we needed, so we could have him.
That's a great idea.
And then I can stretch this or shorten it, however I feel like.
That's a great idea.
In my drunkenness later.
Yes. Okay, cool.
So there's that.
There's that.
But I do feel a lot of things.
Okay.
But I won't tell you what. And
you
maybe
things.
mild things.
They could be mild.
Maybe it's many different mild emotions.
So you have like an Invigoron inverted pyramid of emotions.
Hey, maybe like the biggest one I feel is apathy. Maybe that.
Which is such a contradiction, right?
Wait a
Like
minute.
it's
a juxtaposition.
so ethereal.
It's just in position.
It's just in position. Also, it's been a long time since I said ethereal. Flapjack owes me money for that.
Yeah, it's Ethereum.
Yeah, give me my money back for those Flapjack cuts because I haven't said ethereal in a long time.
So try to guess what we're talking about. Even though we figured it out.
Yeah, try to guess.
But yeah, before we talk about that shit, let's recap last week's episode.
All right.
Mabel's Fables.
Mabel's Fables.
Big ass episode 161.
Yeah, son.
And hands down, my least favorite episode of all time.
100%, son.
And honestly, I think I could have made it better by being less of a negative Nancy, but I really, really hated the fact that I wasn't here in studio.
Oh, I agree.
Studio.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially because, like, I knew I wasn't sick.
Yeah.
I knew.
I was like, what the fuck you at?
Yeah, we don't want to dive into it because of, like, privacy or anything, but let's just say I wasn't here for safety reasons in studio. But,
he's being super soft.
But yeah.
I mean, safe.
Like, the issue was adjacent to me, but I was like, we got to be safe and, get testes and all that shit. So testes all over.
Testes.
And
now you're good.
we're good, and I'm back, and everything's fine.
Finally.
Yeah, but
Finally.
So we did. That's actually our first remote episode, right?
Yeah, and it was horrible. I don't know how the KIGP boys do it week after week.
I was thinking that,
multiple times a week. But yeah, it was absolutely awful. It was, thank God Jeremy and Bran were there to help out and like make it as fun as possible because they're both kind of used to doing that.
Yeah.
But like you and I were both like completely out of our element.
Yeah, you sounded fine.
You think so?
I think, you sounded okay. At
I was
least
drunk as
you were
shit.
in your normal chair.
That's true. That is true. I you know what? If I was in a different chair, I'd probably be like, oh,
I was at the chair that I spend like 6 hours a day playing Valorant in.
Yeah. Which should be a little bit more comfortable for you, right? Because you spend 3 hours a week in
Yeah, but
this
not
one.
podcast. You know how many
You're right.
hours I've logged in this chair?
You're right. No, you're right. Also, like, there's a certain feeling that you get, like, from ass up.
Yeah. And it's like even though you set up the camera so I could like look over at you, like I had that angle, right? Whereas like you put the camera like basically in my chair.
Yeah.
Like it's some kind of like automaton that
I felt like I was shooting.
imbuing my spirit.
I felt like I was shooting Cats, the movie, right? Like, everything else around me is CGI, and I'm the only real person here.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And it was like, this
yeah.
is depressing,
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah. So,
Kaiser Femoris, Will. Well, at least you like testes all over you.
that's a good Gabe.
I do.
Or Kaiser Ephemeris. I don't know if he wants to be doxxed too.
Gabe, we do miss you. Come back. I know you're in Brazil right now. Don't die over there because it's
yeah.
a lawless wasteland of mortars.
So on that episode, Justyn talked about The Pacific, your favorite show,
Yeah, it's bad.
regarding World War II.
Yes, so it's bad. It's not good, and also it's bad.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've been on like a period piece binge lately. Like
Because of Flapjack?
it could be.
You want to relate to him more?
I don't care about relating to him, but like maybe the fact that History Channel exists in the Discord and like I'm always going in there and looking at stuff. I'm like, but what also happened? Right? So like,
yeah. What's the really real? I'll tell you what's the really real.
What's really real?
One of the Nazis was Red Skull.
Okay,
and
all right.
He got defeated by Captain America.
Yeah, also known as Steve Rogers, I think, right?
Yes, Steven Rogers.
Steven Rogers. I'm sorry about that.
Only his friends call him Steve.
So yeah, we did watch Band of Brothers. We tried to watch Pacific, and it was just dog ass horseshit. And then
so because like it was in boats or what? Like what was bad about it?
No, it was just okay. So
island hopping is not cool.
Band of Brothers is so like emotionally and like
you got Normandy, you got the fucking
you do you go through Bastogne, so you go through France, you go through Russia, you go through Germany, like the set pieces are second to none, but also like the emotional depth and like overall levity
character
of the show,
development,
like tons, and it's almost like Game of Thrones where like this person for like 5 episodes.
There's no main character. They're
kind of is like Winters. Winters would be like the Jon Snow, basically, right?
Okay.
So like, but everybody else, like, it's an ensemble show, right? So like, there are episodes that you go without seeing Winters, right? And it's like, but it's only 10 episodes, and even though you only spend like 4 episodes with this guy, because of how rich in depth each episode is, it feels like you spent 4 seasons with this guy.
You care about each character.
Yeah. So like, you're watching him, and all of a sudden he steps on a landmine, boom, he's blown up, and it's like, it's like.
No, I like him.
Rob Stark. No, that's how it feels, right?
Red Wedding.
I know. So it's like it's crazy that they were able to cram that much shit into each episode into such a small amount of time. The Pacific doesn't do that, and it lobs in like this contrived love story that is also like subpar. Like it's just like nothing about it screams the quality of Band of Brothers.
Also, like, how can
that's the crazy part?
I haven't seen the show, but how could you shoehorn that into something that's about that? Like, is it like they land on like fucking one of the Polynesian islands or something, or not Polynesia, but like fucking like the Philippines?
The Philippines, yeah. They're in Greece, I think. Is that where they are? They're probably in Greece. It's hard to pay attention, but like it makes sense. It makes sense how it would happen. No. The family's Greece. They're in. Are they in Japan? I forget where they are. Like I said, like it's hard to follow because it's kind of like inconsequential, right? So like it makes sense how you
inconsequential.
Yeah, inconsequential. You talking to me?
Do you remember the movie?
No, what?
Surf Ninjas, dude. You weren't paying attention.
Oh, he said inconsequential. My bad.
Yeah.
So it makes sense how like they would put a love story in there just because of. Like, it makes sense.
Because they needed something.
But it was just so lame. Like it was like watching a pie in the face. Like I've seen this a million times. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's bore people to death with this, but we've talked about it time and time again.
Time and time.
It's the passion project versus the sheer money grab.
Yeah.
It's like obviously everything is a sliding scale. Everything is a little bit passion, a little bit money grab. Some things are on the extremes, passion. Some things are on the extreme, money grab. Most things are somewhere in between. But it sounds like, I haven't seen either of these shows, but just from hearing you talk about it, it sounds like Band of Brothers was on the passion project side and the Pacific was on the producers telling you what to do to make the paper, trying to grab that bag.
That's what it felt like, and that's the worst part because like it's such an interesting part of the story. Because like in Band of Brothers, you just kind of get playing y'all on the speakers in the warehouse. Alex is a bit quiet. Also, please don't get me fired.
You want me to just talk louder?
All right, let's see. Let me see. What can I do to
boost my mids? Cut my mids.
Boost your mids. Cut your mids.
The Jews control Hollywood.
There we go. Hopefully, you don't get fired for that.
Oh my God! Wait, should I? Should I do it?
Yeah, do it.
Should I do it?
Do it. He's good. Free, try to shut it off. Hurry.
No, wait. What if an alien friend doesn't want to?
Alien friend's a cool guy.
Are you sure?
He's a cool guy.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's Chinese. It's not the same thing. So, if anybody gets offended, it's a Chinese word that means something else.
It means or the or something like that, right?
I think it's like a filler
like a
word
placeholder.
Or something. I don't remember. I'm not fluent in Mandarin.
I hope Reed is just in there like fumbling for his. Oh no! Wait!
You know what's messed up though? You know what's messed up?
The entire song and dance we just did.
He's trying to support. He's trying to support us. I'm actually so mad. I'm sorry, Reed. I'm so sorry. I was gonna say that. Look, he's giving us like such support by like playing us over the speakers and giving us a platform and everything, and we just abuse his trust instantly. We don't even think twice about it. We instantly just abuse his trust.
Oh my god, I'm crying right now.
He said, "Well, can't listen anymore. Thanks."
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Oh no, tell the people we're sorry.
Oh, sorry, man. Oh, it's too perfect of an opportunity. I'm sorry. It's too perfect, right?
Why do we do that?
Because it's funny. It's because it's funny.
I know, but I feel sad now. I liked being played over the intercom.
Oh man. So yeah, Pacific.
I feel sad that I'm not on an intercom anymore.
Pacific, not good. 0 out of 0 stars. Don't check it out. By the way, period piece stuff,
Period
right?
piece,
So after that, we went and watched Vice, which is the Dick Cheney story, and it's like a dark comedy. Oh, and it's so good. Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney, and it's like he's like phenomenal. He's unrecognizable. And then we watched Trumbo, which is the story of Dalton Trumbo, who's like an American communist back in like the 40s and 50s and shit. So
whoa,
great shit. And then we watched Darkest Hour, which is the Winston Churchill story with Gary Oldman. So like we're in this mood.
I thought it was about the guy from the car racing, the Fast and the Furious guy. And he's got the goggles and stuff, but it like turns out he's like a mole. He can only see in the dark.
Mr. Pennybags from Monopoly?
Chronicles of Riddick, actually.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. One Last Chance. I should have seen that. Alien Scientist is just cracking up right now. Yeah. So,
Dick Cheney?
Dude, it was a great movie. Actually, like out of all three of those movies that we had watched, that was probably the best one. Like Christian Bale's performance is like, it's levitating.
Wait,
it's so
which
good.
One?
Vice.
Oh, Vice.
Yeah,
right on.
and these all came out like super recent too. Like the oldest one was 2015.
You know what's weird? I've always been like a, I don't know, like hipstery about Christian Bale because I want to hate him, but I can't.
He's too good.
I like it's this weird thing where people sing him such high praise that I just want to be like,
He's probably not that good.
He's all right, I guess. He kind of seems like a jerk. And apparently he is, but dude, like he's tough to work with. But like you can't deny the man's talent.
When I posted that in the movies channel, I was like, this is like the best performance I'd ever seen him in. Second to yelling at that guy on set, the light guy.
Was he yelling at another person, or
it was the same one?
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but Pacific not good. Everything else I just talked about good. So what'd you talk about, my man?
Cool. I talked about, what did I talk about? Oh, personal goal reset.
Yes, that's right, you did.
Yeah, and you guys decided that I was depressed for some reason.
We also said you need therapy.
Yeah.
At what point?
And I was like already kind of drunk, and I was like already upset with like being remote, not in studio. Yeah. And
at least you weren't playing us over a loudspeaker in a warehouse.
I know that's true.
That's the worst possible situation you could ever put yourself in.
But no, so like I just want to, there's been a few moments on this show where I take the listeners with me on my personal journey, because like a lot of times what I'm interested in is like fitness or
dick in your mouth.
Yeah, can I do it? I don't know.
I guess we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of do wonder what cum tastes like, though. No, we're on the intercom, dude.
Oh shit!
Why you gotta do that?
Why are we still on the intercom? Shoo everybody out of the warehouse. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's not on purpose.
No, but so yeah, right now in life, so my whole life in terms of like achieving personal goals has been a like a roller coaster ride, and I think that's normal.
Yeah. Nobody's perfect, man. What the hell?
I listen to a lot of people that are these like extra high performer type people, and even they say like they have like lazy days where they don't want to do shit and stuff. But they end up saying that like, you know what, I end up doing it. But I've had like a good 5 months of I haven't been doing the shit that I feel like is part of my identity. That has become part of my identity. Because like I talked a little bit about how like, you know, how do people like make an identity? Like, oh, this is the type of person I am. I'm the type of person who does this. But it's like all that means is that you've done those things in the past a bunch of times. So it's like if you want to change that identity, then you just have to do something different, and then the next day do something different, then the next day do something different, and then time goes by whether you want it to or not, and it just depends on how you spend it, you know. So I was like, you know, like I'm okay that I've like kind of like let myself go. I've been drinking ridiculous amounts, and you know, not working out, not doing jujitsu, not stretching, not learning Japanese. You know, like all these things that like are important to me. Playing guitar, I haven't been doing that stuff. And it's okay. Like I know I have a new baby, right? And it's COVID, and there's like all these excuses I can make. Like I'm not sad that I haven't been doing it, but I'm just excited to get back into it. You know, and I just wanted to bring it up on the show because I know that like a lot of people from jiu-jitsu listen to this, like my jiu-jitsu boys, like Arthur's in the chat. And you know some other shit. Like a lot of people have like fitness goals that they're trying to do and shit like that. So I was like, I like being completely transparent and be like, look, even though like I talk a lot about this stuff, like I'm human, you know. Like I've been like, dude, last night, you know what I ate for dinner? It was actually a good dinner. I had a steak, sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. Right?
Oh, that sounds delicious.
But fast forward 3 hours, and Natalie was like, hey, do you want a beer? I was like, I don't know, kind of reset my goals or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Yes.
Oh, shit. I played it too early.
I had one beer, and then guess what happened after I had a beer?
What'd you have?
I was like, cool. I made myself some like ghetto nachos. And then I was like, I'm still hungry. So I ate a salad bowl of cereal. What was it? Captain Crunch.
Okay.
Right? And then, as if like that's not even enough.
I was going to say, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I just started snacking. I was like, we have these little seaweed things.
Oh, yeah.
I guess those are technically healthy, but or whatever. I don't know.
Not if you eat 8 bags, though.
We ate some of those, and then I was eating like trail mix and shit. Like my appetite just hit me full. You know, I fuck up too, so I just want to be transparent.
Yep.
And that way, if you guys, 3 minutes till the show gets good. Thanks, Brand. But see, this is actually like this is actually a good example. I'm glad Brand jumps in at this moment, right?
Me too.
Because Brand he talk about like
he kind of be like
he's
talk
like,
about.
oh, I do judo, I can throw people and stuff,
Yeah.
you know. But then secretly,
I choked him out.
No, secretly he's like, hey, can you teach me jujitsu, please? You know, and then and then also he's
Brand,
like,
you do that in secret?
Also, he's like, I can't read that. Why are you yelling at me?
How eyelid? You don't even hi. I can't. Did I say eyelid? I meant eyelid.
Yeah, eyelid.
I can't even eat all of that. He's a big boy.
Yeah, because I don't know, calories, expenditures, and muscle mass.
Don't forget about the.
Oh yeah, and you remember the time that he challenged me to a flexibility off?
Yeah, and then he pussied out.
He pussied out.
I know.
So what
Brand,
does that tell
come on, man.
That tells
Like
you
you
that
you gotta stick to your morals and shit.
Yeah, you can talk, right? But unless you stick to the shit that you care about, which to you it's not if you're not more flexible than me, that's fine. I don't give a shit if other people are flexible because you probably don't care about that. But I do care about that. I think it's cool to be able to do the splits. So I've wanted to be able to do the splits for a long ass time, and I still to this day I've never achieved it. How long have I been talking about it, Justyn?
For the entirety of your life.
Yeah, but it's like, look, I've been getting infinitely closer to zero. Which if 0 is like the amount of height off the ground that my testicles are. But I still have not achieved it, but that's okay, because life is just about, working on shit.
That's
if
true.
you want it to be, if you don't, fine, that's cool. But I'm letting you know that that's what I'm doing right now.
Jeremy says you can talk the talk, but you can't squawk the box.
And I'm not depressed. I don't even understand how that means that I'm depressed, that I decided that I want to get back into doing shit that I fucking want to do.
I know what you mean. Okay, so it's 11:30 already. Jeremy talked about the cyberpunk leak.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's everywhere. It's all out.
Yeah.
Look at
Steamroll
it.
this.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't even play the game anymore. The leak is out.
It got leaked.
And Brand talked about making lumpy bread. It was so
Making
lumpy.
bread.
You see how lumpy it was?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I do.
His name is Bran.
Stop being depressed, Alex. Stop it. All right. So I guess we can do news later. We won't forget this time. We forgot the other time. We'll do news later. But let's go ahead and get alien scientism on.
Let's get him in here.
Let's do it.
And we're back.
Holy shit, man. That was a good PP set I just had.
Me too. Good as well.
Good.
Nice, strong stream.
Strong stream. Gotta have him.
And we found a friend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Who do we have on the show today? We have Jeremy, Mr. Alien Scientist himself. Welcome to the show, my man.
Himself.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what happened? Did we...
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh, yeah. Now we're stoked, man.
I'm just, we're live on my channel as well, and we're trying to reach out and do more podcasts and stuff. We had actually a big meeting yesterday with the whole science crew and stuff, and I have to post that. I'm going to edit that down and post it.
Oh, nice.
We got some Q&A and stuff, and I'm going to do more of those live in the future and stuff. We got email lists going with some of the coolest names in the field right now.
Oh, yeah?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's lots of people linking up and sharing ideas and arguing, and certain people dropping out and then forming different groups, and lots of disagreements on the best path forward and stuff. And I'm just kind of monitoring it all and reporting on what I see and trying to get stuff out, and get the discussion going more into the public so that more people out there aren't so afraid of this stuff and can find the real information and stay away from because there's so much just bad information and disinformation out there, and then just the distractions. I can't believe how crazy the internet went with that freaking balloon, or that F-18 fighter that supposedly snapped that picture of that thing that's like it was debunked as like the Batman party balloon within like an hour or so of it being posted up. And
what about
did you know about that?
No, I hadn't heard about that. What about the monolith? Do you feel like that was probably overblown also?
And the art project, the monolith, it got so much attention and from people in groups that like ordinarily just don't even pay any attention to this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I guess the people that went and took it down were like some white supremacists that put a burning cross in its place.
Oh my God.
What the heck?
But the way that they took it down though, they took it down as if they knew how to put it up in the first place. Cause it was like broken into sections and shit. Like, and it looked like this gigantic piece of like alien titanium or something that was stuck in the ground like 2001: A Space Odyssey. But then they come in and they take it down and it's just like this hollow. It's just this hollowed out like aluminum.
Paper mache and
it was sheet metal.
Paper mache and Play-Doh.
Metal.
Yeah,
they'd use some wood supports to build like a kind of frame or structure to wrap the aluminum around, and then
yeah,
they did a nice job sealing the top and everything. Whoever did it, definitely had some experience with crafting metal before.
Yeah, the photographer was actually standing on top of it at one point. So it's solid piece.
Sounds like that Chinese torture device where you got to like sit on the thing,
like the iron bowl. You mean,
or like when water drips on your forehead?
But it's just amazing how much attention that stuff gets, and
well, it's fun.
How this stuff is kind of just seen as like it's still seen as like fringe science or kind of like spooky or almost like pseudoscience. It's too far out on the edge for most of the mainstream, and
mm-hmm.
I don't think the ancient aliens have really caught up with it. And some of it's so abstract and on such an intellectual level that it's kind of beyond what you can actually do a documentary or a show on, because it's so hard to relate some of that stuff. Like, and I'm a pretty smart dude, but I'm not nearly as smart as the people that are in this group and the conversations that they're having.
Yeah, it's monumentous. So like when I'm trying to read through your shit. I'm reading through the stuff that you're posting to, like links to articles and shit. And I'm just like, there's so much. This is like an insurmountable mountain for me to try to climb. Like there's so much that
you should have sent it to me.
I should have done that.
Oh,
so you can translate
the learning
it for
curve.
me.
It's like hitting a brick wall at 1,000,000 miles an hour, because there's so much material, and the way you build up to it is, I guess you have to learn like all that basic science and stuff, get to like a regular, like get through all the way to like college level and through like most of college physics and math. Once you understand like the basis of calculus and some of the more advanced like math concepts like group theory, and number theory and you've gotten to like a firm grasp on physics, then you have to get into core curriculum, like reading papers and then going through the sources and all the bibliography of each paper, and then finding all those papers, reading all those papers, and then linking this all together. And
so you have
that's
to be
a lot
educated.
of the research.
Which
Yeah,
most
it's a
people
lot
aren't.
of education, man. And that's like, I keep stressing that, like, disclosure, if you want real disclosure, it's about education.
And
You know,
Dude, I love
everyone's
that.
saying that they
Yeah.
want like the government to just come forward and be like, oh, we know this and we know that. It's just, even if they did, it's never going to happen. It's so protected. And these technologies are worth like trillions.
Yeah.
And the technologies that they threaten are worth trillions. Never mind the technologies themselves. It's like the oil and gas industry that there's so much billions of dollars and left in undone business that the world economy doesn't want people to be ready for some of these devices like quantum dot solar cells, for example.
So can you, so for the uninitiated, like Alex over here, can you give us just like a brief rundown of just a brief overview of what you think would fall into that category? Like what specifically would be threatening the existence of like the current technologies that we have, or like fossil fuels or whatever?
Right. Well, it's interesting that Elon hasn't paid any real serious attention to the warp drive stuff that's going on in academia and also in this fringe areas of physics. And that's kind of puzzling because his business model is based upon rockets with SpaceX and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, that's one reason you could come up with why he hasn't really talked about it seriously. Another one is just the engine. He's not. I don't know if it's so fringe and stuff, and that the people that like when you see like, I don't know. I almost feel like I turn people away from some of this stuff sometimes with the name alien scientist, because they're like, oh, it's alien, and it's got this guy's going to be talking about aliens, and he's going to be talking about UFOs, and just believe everything that comes across the field.
But it's provocative though. You got to provoke them a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I gotta provoke a little bit. It's kind of testing the waters too, because we have to be like, if we're talking about developing the new cutting edge and warp drive technology, like if we're the top physicists are saying that it's not completely impossible. We just don't have the materials yet.
Yeah. And
what if the material scientists we're slowly like unlocking that, like just two separate areas of physics that haven't quite connected yet, and what if we did unlock it? Like, what does that mean for it? Obviously, it means that the space travel, this whole argument for why they can't get here and that we can't go to other planets and that we're so alone in the universe, it kind of fades away. And I might even open up us to like the whole thing that Star Trek was all about with the Prime Directive, like that we're just this sub-warp species, and that once we kind of unlock this core key to the universe, which I think that this is the singularity that, Kurzweil and others kind of predicted or talked about or foresaw coming. It's kind of like this.
Yeah, it could be, huh?
This merger, like I was having this conversation. It's like, well, what with this technology is 50 years advanced, like what if it's a 1,000 years advanced? How hard would it be to like really do? I mean, the metallurgy might be, and the techniques for building the stuff might come into a more advanced state. Yes, I agree. Over years and years and generations and stuff. But we're so close to unlocking like the core of physics, like a theory of everything, like with what Stephen Wolfram started and released like in early January, which has gotten like a lot of flack from most of the physics community. Yeah, because it threatens all their positions, their academic careers and their jobs. If we can build a computer program that does everything, that we need it to do, and all these complicated, calculations that we really have a hard time doing by hand and we couldn't even do before computers. A lot of the physics that's being done today could not have been done before. We kind of gave the theoretical framework behind the tensors and stuff that was developed, a century ago by many of these mathematicians, but they really didn't have the number crunching abilities until the advent of computers. So we're kind of approaching this. I believe we're approaching this singularity with like, not just our technology, but just our theoretical understandings of physics, and it's kind of going to. I really think it's going to change everything.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead. I was going to say
questions.
So, would you say like speaking of prime directives, right? Like, would you say that your prime directive is basically to educate the masses on all of the shit that's just been hidden from them and that could potentially make the human race better than it's ever been? Is that kind of what your goal is?
Yeah, right now, it's like, think of it as like, what if we did meet aliens or they came down? What would they think of us and our civilization?
This is such a scary thought, though. Like, what do we talk about?
Really
like the Great Filter? Like,
pretty ignorant.
What do you think about
Great
that?
Filter.
Yeah.
I think like it's crazy that like most of the people you see, they want the village idiot and they just want someone to laugh at. They love failure. Like Failblog is one of the biggest sites out there.
Why people love us.
And I admit it too. I love watching Failblog. I love watching video after video of people failing. And it's almost like we want to destroy the planet for our own, greed
Entertainment
and entertainment.
Demise.
It's like we're entertained by it at the same time. But I think there is good in people, and I've been in some dark places too where you're really pissed off at the world and you just don't even care. But like I think like if we did pull together and like you focus on like just productivity instead of like spending the time on the negativity, because there's plenty of negativity that if we can focus on and like talk about in the world.
Sure.
Sure.
But I think like I really think the focus now needs to be on how to get out of this pit, and the technology side, it's like a double-edged sword, because I really don't believe the argument for like, well, what if our enemies get a hold of this and then they can do like terrible things with it. You need such capabilities in order to build some of this stuff that it would be really hard for them to do.
And you can't halt progress because of that. It's just moronic. It's like I don't want to invent fire because my enemies can keep warm also. Like, I don't want to be warm because I don't want them to be warm.
Fuck them.
That is the argument. And then there's been so much of this through stovepiping that we're realizing that a lot of this technology has kind of been hidden or suppressed, and that we've been pushed in all these other different directions. And it's sad how even our electronics infrastructure has been sold out to Asia, who produces, most of the semiconductors, and most of our electronics devices are produced in Asia, which has become a huge problem, even identified in Defense Department documents where they talked about these hacker chips that have been installed into hardware, these call home functions and all these things that they found on hardware built, and they can't avoid it because these things are snuck in.
Right.
Yeah, the
I
hackers
still almost bought a Huawei phone though. I thought
Bro, you would have been hacked. You would have been
That's
hacked.
crazy. The level of the hacking that goes, and the sophistication of it. It's
So Jeremy, how upset are you with me with the fact that I have like 15 Google Homes in my house, just as far as the eye can see, just strewn about?
I'm just upset. I was upset. My girlfriend got Alexa, and I'm like, this thing spies on us.
Babe, they're listening. They're coming for us. Be careful.
It's like they in 1984. You were just forced to have the telescreen in every. And you couldn't hide from it. Not now. Now we just pay for it ourselves willingly. We go and buy. We go and spend $400 at Home Depot for a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
doing it to ourselves.
I do think the sliding scale of convenience and potential being spied upon, or like,
it's a double-edged sword. So it's like, if I'm not doing anything wrong, right? Which the worst thing I do is smoke weed, and I live in a state where that's legal.
But that's also like, that's the slippery slope argument, right? It's like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, but it's like, that's not the point. Like, I don't like the fact that they can spy on us just period to begin with, but also my comfort and convenience severely outweighs the fact that that I am being spied upon 24/7. I have like the latest model iPhone, like at all times, right? Everything that I have in this room has a microphone on it. I just bought a new Google Home. It's like, that's the point, is like, we're constantly being listened to at any given time because we have all these smart connected things with microphones, and I'm not like really batting an eye at it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I do understand like both sides of the argument because I'm Gandalf the gray area.
I mean, look at them over here.
I get both arguments.
Yeah.
But I legitimately think that it's up for every individual to decide for themselves if they want, like, where in that sliding scale that they exist.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's creepy for sure, but I'm also not doing anything wrong, so it's like I'm on both sides. But I also know that it's like I want to be able to keep our rights. If we give up some rights, are they going to take all of them down the road?
Yeah.
Who knows? But it for me, I think like the I'm sorry to say it, I'm an American consumer. The positives outweigh the cons for me right now because I'm not murdering people in my house or anything.
That we know of yet. The sheer apathy of. I guess I don't like. I care to a degree just because it does infringe upon your rights, but at the same time, like I'm cool with the stuff that I have right now.
Yeah, but you can order milk without doing anything.
That's the best part about it.
There's also murders that have been solved by people that have like had these cameras, like a guy that had a Ring camera solved for next door because his neighbor killed his family, and like he caught it on the Ring camera and gave it to the police right away. It's like, who needs the cops? This guy solved the crime within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some would say put cameras everywhere.
Put cameras everywhere. That's
more cameras.
That's certified by alien scientists. Thank you so much for.
No.
I'm kidding.
No, but you have to understand like the limitations of the technology itself, and also like that there's going to be a double-edged sword. So it can be used to advantage and it can be used to disadvantage. It just depends on. It depends on which side of good or evil you're on.
Yeah,
correct.
Well,
That's
also
any technology, right?
It's just dependent on the level of utility, also, right? It can just be utilized by any side at any point. So it's gonna. I mean, we've advanced so far in this technological age where anything can basically be used for anything. So yeah, if there's the capability,
it's hackable too. So it's like if I get into the inside manuals and I go to a training, get someone who went to the training for this particular product, and I can go and find that information about, get enough information on the product where I can hack it. And there's a guy named Lock Picking Lawyer. I don't know if you can watch that YouTube channel.
I think you watched him, right? No.
That guy, he goes over every new lock device that comes out. He buys it and picks it. It shows a video of him finding a way to bypass it. It shows like the ones that are unbypassable and are really good, which is awesome because it's like it teaches you all that stuff. But it's like, yes, you can use that knowledge for bad, but you can also use it to protect yourself.
Yeah,
so it's like all knowledge is like a double-edged sword. It's like you're unlocking all this. All the scientists of the time, like that were creating the new knowledge. It's always been kept classified and kept kind of under wraps from the public because they don't understand the dangers of it. But eventually it all gets out, and then it's like, who has access to it but the people that really can learn it and understand it and know it. And whether those people are crazy and want to do bad with it or not that's completely up to them. But it's as everything shows that in this surveillance state, it's like your actions are more traceable. And we're starting to realize through like this whole new understanding of physics that quantum entanglement is real and that everything is connected, and that, when you do something, your actions in the world come back to you. It fucking ripples out. It's really, you're just fucking up the whole world. Like everything you do like that.
Just by existing, basically.
Well, not by existing. It depends on how you exist. Every action you make has a consequence, and it has a consequence for other people, and those consequences are real. And you may not feel them. And a lot of people, act in this world for money, and they don't care about the consequences that it does to human life or people or their families and stuff. So,
yeah, it's a theoretical physics version of karma.
Yeah, here's an action and a reaction. Oh shit.
Oh no.
All right. So this is Jeremy. This is the part where we take a pull straight from the worst vodka ever made.
You can feel free to monologue right now.
What is it?
It's
Schmitz?
No, dude. It's Zinoff.
Poland Spring?
Xenoff.
So we have this.
It's better than Coleman Spring is better.
We have this funny bit, right, in quotes, where we have to pour this vodka down our throats because the fans like it so much.
We did it once, and then they kept wanting.
They're like, do it again, and it's like, okay,
so now we do it.
I guess we will.
Oh yeah, but here, let me give him something to riff on.
Yeah.
I'm actually, I'm really curious about the warp drive thing that you brought up because I'm totally ignorant to that. Besides, like, I guess comic books and stuff. So if there's some real shit, some really real, then I would like to hear about that.
Yeah, definitely. So I thought when I first heard warp drive, I'm like, that sounds like some comic book shit too, and like this can't be like anti-gravity, because I've researched all this stuff in anti-gravity, and we got this lab going to basically do all the tests, going over all the different declassified government and aerospace documents on all the anti-gravity studies that were done. replicating them one at a time just to make sure that, because there's rumors out there, Stephen Greer and some of these other guys like, I think Michael Schratz made the allegation too that he thinks in 1954 or 1955 is when they figured it out, and all the projects kind of went black around that time, and so they have this whole theory within that they're spreading that they already figured anti-gravity out, and there's a whole group of these people that believe that they have a secret space program and that they've already figured this stuff out. And I've tried to research that angle and try to find, proof in the physics. There's got to be physics proof of that. We got to be able to go back into the literature and find, where they figured it out and when they broke off.
Right.
And, all the stuff. And you go back and you talk to the people who research quantum gravity and the origins of it. And there are some interesting coincidences, like we have John Archibald Wheeler, who was one of the first guys that did, the theory into he did a lot of different theories. He did Feynman Wheeler absorber theory. He did
what is that?
It's a whole theory of atoms, how atoms exchange photons. Like, where does the photon come from? Like, where does it go? And
Cotton Eye Joe.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then he did a whole theory on he came up with the theory of quantum non-locality, which kind of like resolves physics in this this kind of EPR paradox that like this whole idea that quantum non-locality is one of the most interesting things in physics, because it says that like everything's like almost flat space could be reduced to this 2D wave function if we just did the right physics, and that you could do weird stuff. It basically says, that's like allows for warp drives and all this other stuff. If you were able to tap into that, you could basically fold space from here to there and warp. And he talks about this thing called the quantum eraser, how quantum physics takes like two paths and then reverse and then goes back in time to choose one, the best path, and you can affect it with consciousness too, which is weird. And then that combined with all he did a lot of classified metals research with Battelle, believe it or not. And Battelle's been under my radar recently, because I've always been looking for, proof of, have we been visited? Are there actual aliens out there? And if there's been artifacts out there, have they been like kept under wraps, or is there like this kind of team or like this organization that recovers them and just takes them, buys them out for whatever reason and suppresses this information, like this whole theory about vaults under the Vatican full of, all the alien crash debris and stuff, the relics of ancient, times that like they worship these pieces of these holy relics, but they're actually like pieces of alien spacecraft and stuff, like weird stuff like that. And then the whole idea that, Roswell was, there's a lot of evidence that Roswell was not a weather balloon, the ice and the dry ice being missing from all the town, like why did they need that much dry ice? The whole presence of all these military, people that came in and were flown in and then flown to Washington right afterward. The generals that were there on the crash site that then got transferred to Wright-Patterson and worked at Wright-Patterson. And then, their spouses and other people connected them to told weird stories about this blue room at Wright-Patterson where all this stuff was supposedly moved to Hangar 18, supposedly, but there's no Hangar 18. And then, it's a big mystery and a big...
so just like inconsistency after inconsistency that none of it's aligning.
Yeah, we got Colonel Corso. That's the big book that, I don't know if you've heard of Philip Corso, Colonel Corso's book. He wrote this book called The Day After Roswell, and he testified that, they had alien bodies and that we started developing all these technologies right after Roswell, like the fiber optic technologies came from Roswell, the transistor came from Roswell, and that also he claimed that nitinol wire came from Roswell. And of all the things I investigated, like that, I didn't really look into the nitinol stuff deeply because it seemed to me like Battelle was doing a lot of the, alloy and metals research for the military already to try and come up with, stronger materials to build, aircraft out of, and also tank armor, so it's not unsurprising that, they may have come across this material. But the phase diagram for that, it needs to be so exact. In order to make nitinol wire, you need high purity titanium, and you need such an exact mixture with the ratio with nickel to make it. And the phase diagram under which you have to create it is so sensitive that it's really hard to believe that, I didn't get that information from Corso. Corso did a terrible job. He said, of course, he wasn't a scientist. So he, just reported what he saw from his perspective, 1940s military officer. But that was one of the big things brought up by Jack Valet recently on Joe Rogan. He's been talking about this. And
did you watch that one?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I heard that he's basically.
Yeah, Valet was on with Jamie Foxx, who made that new. Have you seen The Phenomenon yet?
I haven't.
That's the new big UFO documentary that recently came out. There's some good and bad cases in that, but Roswell really is the one that sticks out to me because all these rural farmers and people that really just had nothing to gain from this, they all testify that they were threatened to shut up about this, and they all talked about this memory foil material, which is super curious. And then the research that I've done into it, apparently other people have found some of this stuff out there at the crash site and pieces of it still out there and stuff, even recently or something. There's been archaeological expeditions that have found this stuff buried out there in certain places near the original crash site, which is really intriguing because I'd love to get my hands on a piece of that. But they've been doing these metallurgy tests on it. It's kind of like, and the way I described it, I was talking with some of my colleagues about this. Imagine the kind of metallurgy tests they would have done and the testing that it would have done all destructive testing, which would have destroyed all the information. Especially, you have to think these materials are quantum in nature; they're built atomically. So all the information would have been destroyed by these sort of destructive testing that they were trying to do to kind of analyze this. So they wouldn't have been able to get any information of it. So that's no surprise that you read these reports that the early reverse engineering efforts were completely abandoned because they're like, wow, this is just way too advanced. And we have no idea
that
what
is
we're
such a
looking at.
travesty that I've never thought about. But it's like as soon as you said it, I was like, that is so true. Any kind of scientific testing that we would have done, it's all let me scratch it. How hard is it? Let me pour acid on it. How
it just
reactive
shatters
is it?
and engulfs in flame.
All this shit.
Well, they tried to break it. It wouldn't break. They did a propane torch on it, and they found that they held it on one end, and when they heated the other end heated up instantaneously in their hand and burned them. It transmuted. It was like an instantaneous thermal conductor. It was like a thermal superconductor.
Because the electrons were blinking in and out of existence from this side to that side because it exists on a wave function.
It's also this amorphous metals.
That could be right.
It's these shape retention alloys and these metals that have the ability to flex and bend and then retain their shape. They have some weird electrical properties as well. Apparently, I don't know if it's a consequence of that or just their construction on such a hyperfine, perfect atomic level. But that whole thing is interesting because those materials wouldn't have been able to be constructed and don't fit with anything we know of back in 1947. Yet we have numerous people, including we have the names of at least 2 different Battelle scientists that report this stuff. Metallurgists from Battelle that said they saw this material and they worked with it while they were there, and then they've never seen it again. They don't know what it is or where it came from. And there's other pieces of stuff that these destructive interference. Imagine a holographic 5D crystal memory chip, right? Crystal memory. We're now developing 5D crystal memory.
I did hear about that.
And now imagine we found a piece of this and we're trying to figure it out. We'd be shooting it with sparks and trying to read the spectroscopy off it. And it wasn't until the scanning electron microscope was invented in the 60s that they really were able to dig in and start to understand some of this stuff. But the whole of quantum physics and condensed matter physics wasn't yet mature enough to really put all the pieces together of how this stuff functioned and what's going on.
And it's they're asking the wrong questions to even try to figure it out. Right.
So we're at that level now with this closing of the terahertz gap, which is super interesting, where electronics and photonics meet. And that's going to be the bridge when we're able to create photonic circuits and things that work on light waves. And these quantum dots are super interesting too, because there's tons of research going on into these quantum dots and etched metals. They take lasers and they etch these certain patterns, real fine dots and dashes, or even fractals. If you etch fractals into the surface of a metal, it'll create like amazing like electrical resonance properties. Like it'll be like a 90% more efficient antenna or something like. I don't think it's 90% efficient. I have to go look up the numbers and stuff, but they have some really amazing like research that's been done into.
But just
like,
the act of etching
antennas.
those fractals into it makes it way more conductive than it would have been without
It's
them.
a metamaterial.
It's like
it turns it
harmonics
into
on
a
a piano.
metamaterial.
Oh, that actually does.
It's like harmonics
Yeah,
on
you
a
simplified it for
piano.
me.
Yeah. It's like too much air in a balloon.
So it's like too much air in a balloon. So on your YouTube chat right now, we got Esoteric Gold. He says, COVID-19 is an attempt by the elite to curve world population, transfer wealth back to themselves, and to toxify populations to keep them docile. I actually did want to ask you your opinions on COVID overall. Does this make sense to you? Is this... Why are you laughing so hard right now? Is this guy...
No, I just love it. It's fucking... It's so crazy, like, the amount of social distrust and distrust. Like, I like the idea of distrust, you know, like, you know, if there is a pandemic, like, and this thing is as deadly as CNN and everyone else is making it out to be, then, you know, we're all fucked. And there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
So... I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think this, I mean, wearing masks has definitely been proven science that it you know, like it's undeniable that, you know, airborne pathogens are much less likely to transmute if we all wear masks and stuff. And I'm not like anti-mask by any means and stuff. You know, I think that there's still a virus going around. I don't know about the numbers and the data. I think that a lot of that's been shown to have been manipulated and that it can't be trusted with the tests and the PCR testing and some of the other stuff. It's definitely interesting, the analogies that you can draw. Like there was a virus that was going around in the V for Vendetta movie, if you remember. It was going around at the end, and they were using the fake this virus scare to you know, basically control people. There's also been some interesting, you know, documents about, you know, using a virus and using this whole thing as a psychological weapon of mass manipulation. So there's definitely that angle that needs to be, you know, explored by more people. And there are people, it's surprising because you do have some people in the medical community that are reaching out and saying this, and then they get ostracized and they no longer have a job. And, you know,
that's the worst. The worst part is that job lynch mob 100% of the time. I know, like, it's the field is supposed to be like a sacred thing, but still, like, I don't think that's okay.
It's so easy to control like mass groups of people. Is that we need to understand how mass manipulation works and psychology works and social engineering works on a mass level. I think this is a perfect experiment. It's almost like some people say, one of the things I like this Milgram experiment. Yeah, masks. If it's as this guy says, Ray Rivera says masks are useless. If it's as infective as they were first saying, where like it could be airborne for 3 days, masks are completely useless. If it's airborne for 3 days, just fucking throw the mask away.
Yeah, I heard it was also supposed to be like it's supposed to live on surfaces for like 14 days or something, and it's
right.
like,
so if it's
human beings can't even do that.
Stable, and it's that contagious, then just what's the fucking point?
Everybody's gonna get it at some point, and I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for something like that to be weaponized. I mean, we've all seen Resident Evil, am I right, boys? But like, what do you think are the odds of?
I think I've probably had it once or twice.
What are the odds?
You know, already.
You think so?
Yeah. It's asymptomatic. You know, you don't know. You don't even know. You could have it and not even know.
That's true. So they don't even know. Also, if you've gotten it once, if you're immune to it later on, also, because there have been cases where people have gotten it again to the same exact degree as before.
Today, and they're talking about this. We're just waiting for the vaccine, and we'll all be safe once we get a vaccine. It's like, dude, this is like. It just screams to me like all the big money industries that would profit from this, like, seem to be promoting it and would have an incentive in this. And even if it's not a conspiracy, like in that general sense of the term, it's just like, it's just people acting in their own best interest, and they don't even realize they're involved in like, it could be one guy just leading the puppet show, and everyone else would fall into place because, you know, Amazon's making trillions. No one's shopping in stores anymore. They're all buying shit online.
Yep.
So, like all the big businesses are like that are taking over the economy and going to completely change. And once all these small businesses are bankrupt because of the shutdowns and everything, they need one more shutdown to fully exhaust all their resources, and then they'll be loaned out money to their ass, to pay rent on all their, everything's going to go into foreclosure. And then they're also putting up these COVID places. The COVID testing down the street has a big Black Lives Matter banner out in front of it, and depopulate, defund the police.
They only test black people first. So like if you try to go up there, they're just be like, you wait.
I don't know about that, but they just have a line of cars and stuff waiting outside the place. But it's just interesting that like there's all this left wing propaganda to. I don't know if it's left wing, but they're playing both sides too, because they're playing the Trump people just as hard, and they're getting them all in this anti-mask stuff and going to these rallies and these protests and stuff. So that's spreading and then they spread it to them more. I guarantee they send in their agent provocateurs out there with a friggin' can full of COVID, just spraying it on everyone.
Oh shit.
But I find something super refreshing about you in general, and it's as Gandalf the Gray Area.
I mean, look at him over here.
Yeah, so a lot of people that we've talked to, like a few people that were maybe a little fringe, right? Where I'm not saying you are, maybe you're not, right? But a lot of them are like,
why'd you wink so many times?
They're like, look, sheeple, here's the truth. Yeah. This is the really real, right? But you're not using like any kind of coloring or flavoring like that. I like how you're saying that, like all of your statements, you're starting with like, I think, or like, I believe, this is my opinion, stuff like that.
Like you're sure-footed where you need to be, and then you're also like cautious.
Yeah. You seem to be like equal parts of.
I'm not going to call everyone a sheep, because you're only as woke as like the information that you're subject to, and there's so much bullshit information, and to make people think that they're woke or really understand these things, and they're not as simple. They're not going out and doing real research. They're not like reaching out to these people and talking to them on a personal level and understanding, the gears and mechanisms of how all this stuff works.
Right.
Which I think that's I don't know. You have to be open-minded, but you can't be, like the thing with science is you have to, I don't know. I think I'm more open-minded to the possibility that, that there might be something more sinister afoot with this whole COVID thing. Just because I've seen how easy it is to manipulate, the scientific community and to sway them with, beliefs and how they all follow authority. It's like a Milgram experiment. Someone had pointed out this whole experiment to see who will follow and fall in line with authority and who won't, so like there was all these fallacies. Yeah. There was all this false information that was spread about this virus that was taught. Like there's been so many factual inaccuracies that the media has told us about this virus over the past year that I don't know what to believe anymore. And
For sure.
Do you think it's astonishing that people are all falling in line with this bullshit just because they're scared and they're like,
it's almost religious. It's almost religious.
Safe. And these numbers that they're putting out there, they're saying that the death toll is up to, thousands, millions now, that they're expecting this to be this is the worst human health disaster in all of human history and all this stuff. What's going to happen when, I don't know, what's going to happen when the food runs out and we're all like, well, I really see like
this podcast knows what'll happen.
But
Danny
like,
as my wife.
We're
going to the woods.
Bareback them, yeah.
Yeah, if I was an elite, maybe it would. Yeah, this guy's saying, maybe we're running out of time with the energies we're using and everything, and the best, that it's a bioweapon that was released by the elite in order to depopulate the planet. Because there's just too many people, and in their opinion.
And I see, in my opinion, like, sure, that's a possibility, I guess, but I always think it's strange when people think that 100% that anything is the case. Like, how do you have so much evidence that you for sure believe this, like, so adamantly? You
got to take a stance and and hold to it. There's a lot of people that do that, and then like they called flip floppers if they back down on their stance, and they'll
That's
double
me.
down
I'm always called a flip flopper.
It's because you change your opinion all the time,
I don't
bitch.
change my opinion.
You change it all the time. You have no backbone. You got no guts, kid.
People get mad at me because I don't form a strong enough opinion. I don't form a strong enough opinion, and people get mad at me for it.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't have opinions. It's just that they're not.
You ain't got all the facts.
Yeah, like they're not as one way or another as people would like for them to be.
It's black or white, right?
Yeah, like that's why I'm Gandalf's the gray area.
I mean, look at him over
all
here.
day. Look at me.
Yeah.
I think you have to be equally open-minded and pessimistic, like about everything, which doesn't make any sense. But because I think if not, like you're gonna miss shit. If like I mean, both sides. It's almost religious of like 100% like nah this or 100% yes this. Both sides of those, like you're missing something by just having just a pure belief in something. You have to just take what you know and also like, examining what facts there are. And then sure, you can extrapolate, but know that when you're extrapolating that those are extrapolations. People will like take like a small amount of what they think is facts, extrapolate on it. And then now that is their truth. And I guess that's fine if that's what you want to believe. But me personally, I'd rather just know that, like, I think that the most probable outcome is that this is what's happening. But I know that I'm drawing that from a bunch of extrapolation off stuff that I'm reading, and like I can check sources all day and stuff, but I won't 100% know. Until hindsight has become 2020, whether or not that was the case or not, whether like the data that I'm reading is true or false, like it's hard to say. And people,
it's also really inconsistent with itself, right? So like there are different sources that you can pull from that are going to discredit this one, and this one will discredit this one. So it's hard to say.
And even statistics that have been interpreted differently from like
AI is only as good as its truth tables.
For sure.
So your truth tables are all your table of all these facts, and the way I look at it is like you shouldn't be taking those as all to be facts. They could be true or false. And they should have you should assign maybe even a percentage to how true you think, they really are and why. And constantly reevaluate what are called your axioms.
So we got Bram Broden in the chat. He's actually he wanted to ask you a question. What's the most logical theory out there right now that sounds crazy? Be anything. It doesn't have to be COVID specifically. It could just be anything.
Logical theory that sounds
crazy. Epstein didn't kill himself, right? Like that one?
No, that one's...
That one's certified at this point, basically.
Yeah, I would, if you can, I would like to steer us back to.
What about the gay frogs one? There's actually some. Yeah,
yes, 100%. There's gay frogs.
That's probably the most craziest sounding one because when AJ's sitting there talking about the gay frog, it's like, he was actually basing that on a real scientific study, and that's some real shit. That these things that they're putting, can induce these, hormone levels, weird hormone levels. They have effects, and it's not really well understood, the human endocrine system either. So I thought that one was interesting. All right. So here. Is that satisfying? The gay frogs.
I love the gay frogs theory. We've always loved it. And you also put it,
Bram Broden.
You put it into terms that I think our ridiculously autistic audience could understand too. I'm sorry.
And our frog brains.
Also
How deep's a frog pond?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, it goes as deep as this conspiracy goes. So, hey, what do you think of the work of To the Stars Academy of Art and Science? Are you? I know recently, like, I don't know if like you've recently like turned on them or whatever.
Website. What are they working on? What are they doing right now?
Well, they don't do shit. Like that's the problem. Tom DeLonge doesn't do shit ever. Like he made music at one point, then he kept making music, and then he started doing this shit, and then he's made a show and he's got some books and shit, but it's like it's so hard to follow this like weird knot of shit that he's consistently doing and then dropping off of. So I don't know what they're doing.
Sure he went on Rogan to get some hype for that,
but he just got laughed at and ridiculed the entire time. It was pathetic.
But he also didn't say anything.
You know what? I feel bad for Tom. You know what? I have to actually say something because we had an email going when Ed Fouché was alive back in the day, right? Tom DeLonge mailed Ed Fouché, and then he forwarded it to me, and I basically was like, my response was bullshit. This isn't the guy from Blink 182. If it is, Blink 182 sucks.
No,
I'm pretty sure like it was really him, and like man, that just goes to show you like you got to be like I don't know. Everything's like I'm pretty sure it was him because he wrote about Secret Machines, right? He wrote Secret Machines, and he had Ed Fouché mentioned in the book, in the TR3B and everything in that book. And I know for a fact he was researching that shit at the time for his book.
Apparently, he was like investigated by like the CIA or something during the early years of Blink, because he was doing the same shit. Like he was emailing people, and he was like just reaching out for answers. And there was like a part in one of their documentaries where he showed like his library, and it's just like floor to ceiling books about shit like this, where he's always been into trying to figure out the truth and trying to find out what's going on. So from what I've heard, he has always been like balls deep in this game.
Yeah, the thing is, he doesn't have a real good intel. He studied music and he became like a punk rocker at like a young age and stuff. And like, you know, he didn't like go to school and study math and physics and really get a good filter for like where the bullshit is. And what's,
so he had like a shaky foundation to begin with.
Philosophy, really is what he lacks. And you know, so it's a shame that, you know, if you're listening to this, Tom, or you do watch this at some point, man, you know, I'm sorry for, you know, dissing your band and everything. I really don't like, you know, we don't have to agree on your music. I feel like punk rock.
We love Blink.
I'm more a Green Day fan, and I like the Sex Pistols and you know, a lot of real punk, early
so
punk
you like,
rock. Like
you like real punk rock is what you like.
Not
you like real
punk. Pop punk.
No, I like the original punk rock. You know, like, the real roots stuff. I like
Iggy Pop.
Second, you know, first wave ska, blue beat, and you know,
absolutely
Buster, you know, Prince Buster, and all that kind of crazy old stuff. I'm big into old music and music and stuff. Not really a big fan of that. Like, I don't know. I was older than that. That was made for that, you know, younger teenage, whiny emo music kind of stuff, and I just wasn't my scene, Tom. And you know, I'm sorry, I'm such like a.
That's our bread and butter, baby. That's our bread and butter right there, baby.
It's made for us.
But you know, like, and I do have skepticism of TTSA and what they're doing. But you know, what's interesting is we've got this big email list going, and Hal Putoff's now in like being CC'd in the whole big email list.
Oh shit!
These emails and stuff that are in these chain emails that are going around on some of these propulsion discussions.
So you guys are like tangentially affiliated, basically,
right?
Because
Putoff is also in one of these emails too, which I thought was cool. Because so I got Elizondo's email. I got all these other guys' emails too. Eric Davis has been, you know, writing a couple things. I don't want to reach out to some of these people because I'm afraid, quite right. I don't know the right way to do it. But I'm gonna start emailing some of these guys and trying to get them on as individual guests.
Oh, that'd be dope.
These guys getting on as a guest. People are starved for this information. TTSA is not putting out enough. They don't have, you know, they've been putting their foot in their mouth every time they do it, and it's really, you know, I think like the way that I could do this is like, because I mix a deal of skepticism and curiosity, you know, with curiosity, because we have to, you know, keep an open mind and be curious to these things, but we also have to, you know, keep a deal of skepticism. Hal Putoff, you know, you read his Wikipedia page and it says, you know, the guy's a Scientologist and he's been involved with all this, you know, CIA and remote viewing stuff and all this other stuff, that he's basically like the poster child for pseudoscience if you read his Wikipedia page. But the guy's
he's into Scientology, right? That's the most pseudoscience that you can get.
Like Scientology, you know, and so it's like, the Scientologist guy, but he's done some really interesting, you know, papers on you know, on polarizable vacuum approach to general relativity, and you know, this whole idea that, you know, the speed of light may not be constant. If you can change it locally, then you could break the speed of light. You could create a warp drive that could actually break the speed of light if you just change the speed of light in front of your craft before you, with some kind of, you know, way to do it. And it's interesting that you know, that whole thing that came out with the microwaves. They're doing this directed energy where they blast the area in front of the craft with microwaves, and it creates this supercavitation bubble where like the craft falls into this hole that's created because it superheats the air, and it causes it to expand out of and removes it from the area in front of the craft so quickly.
Too much air in a balloon.
It's like you're in a balloon and it's just sucking you into this hole that you're creating in front of the craft. And they're able to break the sound barrier and do much higher than the speed of sound, like Mach 20, I guess, with some of these things they're able to do, because they're removing the air resistance. They're moving all the air in front of the craft with lasers.
And sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Can I jump in here?
Yeah, ask a question. Man.
It's your fucking show. What do you mean?
Your show, dude.
I know. But
I'm just live streaming it simultaneously.
No,
we appreciate you.
To the Stars Academy. You can go on their page and check out what they're doing. I mean, just their scientific page is like.
It's so tepid though. Like it's so tepid and flaccid. Like I went there because there's a figure that I know and that I kind of relate to that could potentially like eschew me into this world that I have never given any of my time to. I've never devoted any of my time to learning about this. And when I go to the website, it's like, what the hell is this shit? Like this looks like this is the worst website ever built. I'm not learning a single thing here. And also it looks defunct from like 2015. Like there's nothing here. Alex, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, earthtech.org, that's Hal Puthoff's website. It has a lot more scientific information and scientific stuff of some of the stuff that he's been working on. But his Cold Fusion page is like, I mean, I went to the colloquium and I met some of these guys at MIT and the team working out at MIT, Hagelstein and Schwartz. And I went to some of these colloquium conferences to get like, to see what that cold fusion stuff was all about. Cause my professors in college told me that cold fusion is pseudoscience and it's a bunch of nonsense and stay away from it. But when I went to those conferences and met those guys, that they're not pseudoscientists, they're not chasing bullshit. They're working on something real. And the whole theory and everything that was used to debunk that. This guy Huizenga was wrote one of the most damning books that kind of destroyed cold fusion, and he was a nuclear physicist, and basically said that they would have created gamma radiations if they were fusing deuterium or hydrogen in these tabletop experiments, and the fact that these gammas weren't produced and that shows that they're not really doing fusion, and then. Later, Hagelstein showed this theory of how they can use Bremsstrahlung radiation to divide up those gammas into a bunch of smaller photons and phonons, and how it could be distributed into the lattice using Bremsstrahlung radiation, in these sort of lattice confined fusion. So as we're learning more physics or getting a deeper understanding, we're seeing these are scientific anomalies that didn't go away. They did some experiments to try to debunk it because they didn't fit in with the modern scientific models, but it didn't go away. And 20 years later, these experiments and this whole community is going strong, measuring, and they're not mismeasuring heat as the mainstream physics community would like to have most people, believe, which I thought is, it's intriguing. And that's kind of shows me how easily, the mainstream can be manipulated, especially with what happened with cold fusion, and how, it's still not quite taken seriously. And then when it started to get taken seriously again, it was kind of hijacked by this guy, Andrea Rossi, who was a fraudster. And kind of the media paid all the focus and attention on this guy, Rossi.
Did he just say frogster?
And made like cold fusion about this fraudster. And so that everyone thought that cold fusion was a fraud, and no one really looked into any of the other scientists working on it or their work. And that's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of interesting how that was orchestrated.
So that's actually a good segue to, if we can rewind a little bit, when you're talking about you believing that the singularity might possibly be, coming up soon, and how
it's on its way here.
Academia is kind of like resisting it, right? Because I don't know, maybe they've built tenure on it or whatever, what have you. So can you cite some of the physics that you've been, a fly on the wall to that is, I know you've kind of been doing it, but maybe like a little bit of a deeper dive into some of that physics that so far people have been just completely like naysaying that it is starting to look like it's actually the case. Like one of them was like, the warp drives. I still want to hear more about that. The the vacuums in front of or not vacuums, but the microwaving the front of the craft to create that negative space
and blasting microwaves to create energy. That's
like a void draft.
So is there any more examples of that?
To you. I'll post the patents in the description of this after the show.
Great.
Of my video and stuff.
Post them in the Discord too. I see that you guys just joined the Discord also. Yeah, post them in there also, because this is shit that we would love to take the time to dig into. We didn't. Here's the problem. When it comes to shit like fringe shit like this, we don't know where to look to sink our teeth into without stumbling upon some sort of article about Sandy Hook
you're gonna
being a
find
conspiracy.
You're gonna find
Yeah,
bullshit
exactly.
left and
That's
right,
the
and
problem.
That's all you're gonna find unless you use the right search terms. And then even if you use the right search terms, it's gonna be some stuff that's like you're not gonna understand what you're looking at.
And
I believe
that's specifically why I have
So let's
not
get
done
at it, right?
the
So this guy
legwork.
Alcubierre, right? He was a friend. I think he was a French or Italian physicist. He was a big fan of Star Trek, and he was a grad student studying general relativity theory. And he was like, dude, I want to figure out how, some warp drive equations and figure out how to, find solutions that satisfy, that can do warp drive, but satisfy GR, Einstein's GR. So he did, and he published them, and that started the whole, the Alcubierre warp drive stuff. So then all these other physicists came along and said, well, you can't do this because of this, and maybe we could if we use this. And then, it got to this point where now there's a guy named Sonny White, Harold White is his real name, but he goes by Sonny, and he's from NASA. And you can look him up with, I think, the Thunderbolts project, or what's the name of the? There's a project that's going on with NASA, and NASA's working on, kind of doing some very back burner research into this right now. It doesn't have the kind of funding that it needs, and NASA's in kind of a bad state, anyways, in the budget and everything. But they are researching warp drive. This guy Sonny White's in it. He was at the conference and presented at the last AAPC. Was it AAPC? Hold up, let me get this right. I always do that. I always mix up acronyms.
Don't mix it up. Don't lead us astray.
Right,
okay,
so
we're trying to learn here.
Yeah, the TBAC.
If you go to Todd Desiato, right? Who's this one guy? He's wrote a lot of these papers.
Todd. Yeah, Todd.
I know Todd.
And Todd Desiato on all this warp drive. So SSI is Space Studies Institute, and this was APW. So it was a propulsion workshop. Yeah, it was a propulsion workshop conference. So all the top propulsion physicists who came to this conference, they're pretty much talking about warp drives and building a UFO, and they're not afraid. They're not like really talking about UFOs, like at least not on the level that people. But they're not afraid or thinking outside that they're a complete impossibility that we might be alone, especially with what we're trying to engineer and what we're trying to put together.
Does it frustrate you that like the whole like UFO and aliens and that whole anything like linked to that has been so stigmatized to where all the
so
real
much bullshit out there.
Yeah,
it pisses me off to no end. Yeah, that's kind of like where I stopped fighting it, because just giving it more attention is just feeding they just view me as a troll, and I turn all those people off because they're like, oh, this guy's just a troll. He's a non-believer. That's why like I don't even do debunking anymore. It's like got to a point where it's like too easy, and I'm just like I do a little bit of debunking where it needs to be done, but like I don't waste my time on it. I don't sit there and make it a focus because there's too much real shit going on.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing that I sort of realized while through the course of us doing this podcast. It was like at the beginning of the show, like I kind of still do it a little bit where I do all these like not like these disclaimers and shit all the time. Like I just want to.
Doesn't fucking matter.
We mostly just fucking joke around
matter.
and shit, right? But like the people that are gonna be our audience, and honestly, the people that we want to be our audience are not the people that are going to, I guess take those sort of stands. And like from your angle, those type of people aren't the kind of people that would even be open to a debunk that you would give them that would be completely
they'd be so
sound
staunch
and logical. Yeah,
and
they'd
dig
be
their
like,
heels in and shit.
I don't care. Like
Right.
they're literally
The
just
people,
trolls.
I showed them that balloon was like as an identical visual match to the Batman balloon, right? Let me find that picture. I'm going to load that up so I can bring that up in the chat on my feed, right? Cool. It's also the shape of the Mylar. It's done for cat balloons, and there's a couple other balloons that they use the same shape. So they have a blow mold where they put 2 sheets of Mylar in, they blow it into this mold, and then they do like a heat thing which seals it on the edges, and that's how these things are manufactured, right? So
is it like a
they do standard
dodecahedron
shape? So this is a standard blow mold, but it's probably used to make this Batman balloon. But I guess some people found a cat balloon and a bunch of other ones that also match it.
Where are you posting it at so we can see it?
It should be up on the screen on my Alien Scientist feed.
Oh yeah, I do see it now. There you go. The Batman. Now I get it. Like I said, I haven't seen this shit before, but
So I posted
Can you
that,
show our
and
camera?
like I get people arguing this, like, oh, well, this is at
is this camera
30,000
on?
feet.
No,
You know,
this
that
one,
what
right?
Mylar balloon can go to 30,000 feet, and I'm
There you
just
go.
like, well, high altitude weather balloons like go to almost 100,000, 121,000 feet. Like the top one reached like 150,000 feet or something on record.
And they said, no.
So 30,000 feet, you know, or 25,000 feet, where you know these F-18s fly at, is not that out of the question. And they just still don't want to believe it. They're just like, they're fighting me, digging their heels in, and like, you're not opening your mind, you know? And I'm like, dude, like, this is a distraction, bro. Like,
that's,
Yeah.
that's literally a Batman balloon. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to ask you
the
this.
thing is that
What's your
a real credible guy, like a guy who I was starting to feel had credibility, like Tim McMillan, is the guy who posted it. And this guy, Tim McMillan,
There's a lot of tabs you got up, dude. Oh, you got our website up right there? Oh, that's badass. Thank you so much for doing that.
yeah, this is their website. You guys can go check that out. I'll post some links up.
That's sweet of you, man. That's sweet of you.
You
Thanks,
guys
man.
cross promote. But
Always.
But,
More like
this,
more like
man,
Tim
I got too much shit open.
Mythmillan.
But Tim McMillan did this UFO F-18. Probably search for that, and you can probably
You're
find
on fire today.
Am I?
it. Let's see this, dude. So this.
So, okay, so wait, hell, that's the guy from Rise Against, I think. No, I'm kidding. But so this is somebody that you've been looking up to, and then he posts shit like that. How devastating is that for you to see? So I love System of a Down. And when I heard that John DeMaio was like this massive Trump supporter, I was like, oh man, that's
Well, he's
that's
also
strange.
connected with this guy, MJ Banias from Vice.
John
who helped
DeMaio
promote
is?
this. And this is a guy who's like
Aren't you a Trump
he's the UFO like reporter for Vice. You know, big media outlet like Vice, and he's like their UFO guy.
Yeah.
And he like talks shit about me constantly. He promoted this friggin' balloon thing. And
All right, guys, find him.
I harass him daily on Twitter.
Idiosyncratic.
Great.
Army.
Hey,
Find MJ Bananas.
we'll find MJ Bananas. Okay, so we're gonna
Bananas.
we're gonna
Attack
tweet
him.
at him. We're gonna get the entire fan base at him too, because anybody that messes with friends of the show messes with us. Okay,
Yeah, brother.
Well, I don't
he's
really,
dead.
I just want him to report on real shit, and he's like, "Oh,
But it's
you know, like,
Vice.
he's like, "You're sitting here talking about anti-gravity, and you want people to take you seriously." I was like, "It's because of fucking assholes like you that they don't like."
But it's also Vice, like of
Yeah.
all places. Like it might as well be BuzzFeed, right? Like
And he's worried about people taking him seriously by reporting on like real science shit when he's reporting on a fucking Batman balloon. Come on, guy.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, what is your thought on the Black Knight satellite? What is that? I feel like I'm meeting my hero, and I feel like I'm meeting God, and I finally get to ask him like all the questions like that have been permeating in my mind for my entire life. It's like, hey, what does this mean? What is this?
He's a
What is
wealth
the
of-
Black Knight
wealth of
satellite?
knowledge.
Because this was one of my interests on the show one time, and I was like talking to Alex. I was like, look, it looks like this. I don't know what it is. It's something in space. Look at it.
I've never heard of this one before.
You've never heard of the Black Knight satellite? Black Knight
no.
satellite. I'm sorry. Look at
This
that.
is cool.
What is
I
that
love
shit?
when I hear about new shit, man. This is great. This is why I got to reach out and do more of these podcasts.
Hold on a second. Did we just
Hold on a
teach?
second.
Did we just teach
We didn't-
alien scientists
hold on.
about
A new-
something that he
a new
had
youth-
never heard of before?
Conspiracy?
We didn't.
We did it.
I wouldn't say we taught him.
I think I
anything.
have
We
heard
taught him.
about this, but I just never looked it up and looked into it.
You're busy looking at other probably really important things. But look at this,
Really real
dude.
shit.
This nugget. It's floating in
Does it
space.
give off any like signals or anything?
Yeah,
It
it
gives
sits there
off-
menacingly.
Electrons, but when you observe them, they disappear.
That might be so I do this thing where I bring in like real shit that happens and then I fabricate it as much as I can to make it sound much better. Within the confines of my mind, I don't remember the tapestry that I've woven. So yeah, it's this weird like it's almost like driftwood floating in space, and I don't know if it's like satellite wreckage or what it is, but or like a fragment of a comet or something, but it looks strange as hell. And it's been captured on camera like multiple times, like orbiting the planet. So
That's crazy.
it's weird, right? This is
So,
where
yeah.
Tom DeLonge was born.
So Jeremy, we
So-
probably should have prefaced before, like in the pre-stage, but just a little something about our podcast
Give a little
is
something.
the reason why we called it Idiotsyncratic is because we're kind of like that whole jack of all trades, master of none. Like we know a little about a lot, and when we were making our podcast, we knew that it was going to be a detriment to not have a niche. Like it would be a detriment to our growth at least, but we didn't really care because we want to just talk about the things that we're passionate about and
about literally anything that interests us.
We're passionate about too much shit. Music, games, anime, you know what I mean? Aliens. I don't know.
It could be
Like,
whatever.
Just literally anything. Like my interest for the day is Netflix raising their prices. Last week I talked about the fact that I want to try hard at life because I haven't been trying that hard. Well, I mean, I've been trying hard at like raising my daughter and stuff like that, who's a little baby.
Yeah, but Netflix raising the prices is way more important.
Way more important. But it's just kind of anything, right? So we do. Like I've always been super interested in quantum physics.
Physics.
But I'm starting to get drunk a little bit. But I understand it about as much as the next guy, you know, which is not fantastic. I wish I could say that I think I understand some of it okay, but a lot of it I don't know what the fuck. But that's why like shit like this is so interesting to me. And
it's probably debris with the Black Knight satellite, but I'll let you know that as soon as we get a
space
consensus,
we're gonna go check it out.
Yes, they're gonna go check it out. Yes,
but yeah. So most of our shit is like primarily like Jokey Jokersons. We're primarily Jokersons. So, I think you seem to be a good sport if we get to like Jokey Jokerson.
Oh, he's great. No, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah. I mean,
cool.
he saw us play.
Cool,
he saw us play the N-word over a loudspeaker at somebody's job in the warehouse that they work in. Oh my god!
So. I apologize.
I tuned in for that. I was like, yeah, these guys are crazy.
Who's crazy? Justin's crazy.
We just like to have fun, is all. But
yeah.
Yeah, no. Thank you for being a good sport about it. If anything, so I'm gonna.
I want to take a moment to plug minds.com.
Minds.com.
All right,
check it out, folks.
If you don't know about Minds already, it's another social network for people that are interested in exploration and this kind of topics.
Where do you want us to link you specifically at? Just your Twitter, or do you got a site that you want us to link you at?
Yeah, check out Alien_Scientist on Twitter, and you can also. I set up a new Discord server. Also, I'm Alien Space Scientist. Number 0125.
Yeah, that's
Discord.
on your Twitter, right? Like you got that pinned. So I'll post that link also. Like I'll post all your links and shit in the show description. But there's a couple of and we'll do like a full on plug at the end of the interview also. But there's a couple of things I wanted to kind of rapid fire at you, and I gathered all these from the fan base.
How are you on time? Are you still good?
Yeah, I dedicated most of today for doing podcasts.
Oh, perfect.
You're the man. Dude. So we reached out to the fan base, and again, these are slightly autistic. I think they're also called gaytards, is what they call themselves. But
I think that's the libtard version of the word of that. What it should be.
Yes. So they posted a couple of things in the Discord that they wanted to know. They wanted to know a little bit more about. They wanted to get your take on it because they also have. By the beard of Odin. They have inquisitive minds, and they want to know if the shit is as black and white as it seems, or if there's something possibly more sinister behind it. So, what do you think happened to Amelia Earhart?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, is it?
Bro, she just disappeared. Like the last thing I heard was that she possibly crash landed on an island and survived for like another month or two or whatever.
I was assuming that he was going to be like, okay, news, but he's like, whoa.
There wasn't like a real strong case for it and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was also like, there was also some rumor that the Marshall Islands, that she'd been there or something, and like that.
Yeah, that's what it was, right?
I think there's some crazy thing on her. I really don't know. I always found her story fascinating. But it's one of those mysteries. It's like damn, we're never gonna know.
No, we won't. Because like,
isn't that frustrating?
what if we find her plane like wreckage on the bottom of the ocean? Because the ocean's so unexplored. You
the
know?
Marianas
yeah.
Trench.
it could be in the Mariana Trench for sure. Yeah, like nothing has been found up until this point. Like it's literally just theories out there. But
Right.
the circumstances of her disappearance. Do you think there's something more sinister behind the fact that she probably just veered off course a little bit, ran out of fuel, and just crashed into the ocean?
Because she was a woman.
Yeah, right.
Because she was a woman.
Because she was a woman, right? Yeah, maybe
Just
it was
kidding.
a conspiracy against the feminist movement. Like, we can't let these women have their rights.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Yes.
This is it. I like where you guys are going.
Thanks, dude. This is the nexus of
Conspiracy
humanity.
theory.
This is
She
where
was
it means.
taken off on purpose. The Titanic was sunk on its maiden voyage to kill like the
Because it was called
Federal
because it was
Reserve.
called the maiden voyage. That's why it
Maiden
sunk.
Voyage, yeah.
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 Maiden voyage.
We
yes.
cracked a smile out of him. You see that?
I mean,
I was going to bring this up as an interest one time.
What?
So you know how people kept wanting me to do Greek mythology corners? So one day for like, it was, you remember when Ghostbusters came out, the girl one?
Yeah.
The girl Ghostbusters?
The best one.
I was going to say like, so Greek mythology, right? You'd think it's like the most like masculine, right? But there was a bunch of badass bitches in Greek mythology.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to like bring that up as a whole interest and just talk about like,
Like Chun-Li. She's one
but,
of them, right?
but I didn't want to sound like I was like, I don't know, SJW.
Feminizing?
For the women. So I was like, nah.
Let's see. David Z on your stream chat says, I believe she was captured or truly lost. How would she be captured? Would she be siphoned out of the plane
She could have been
mid-sky?
captured by
Aliens.
Hey, do the thing.
Oh, I do have a button for that. I'm so sorry. This is how unprofessional of me.
Yes, I think she might have been taken by a UFO.
That's probably what happened.
You know what? If I could just sit down and say that, I could probably get on Ancient Aliens or History Channel.
Bro, I believe it. All you have to do is sell your soul, and then
Yes.
you can achieve widespread acclaim and recognition.
And can I be honest, Jeremy? I thought that's what we're getting today because Justin is such a giant troll that like we've had a bona fide racist on the show before who came to us to talk about like the statistics of racism and all this shit
And the virtues of it,
Yeah.
and some weird shit.
and all this kind of thing. So I honestly I was unfamiliar with you, and I was just
What did I get myself into?
I was assuming
A fun time. I
was assuming that's what was going to happen.
Here-
right?
here's the thing, so, like-
I'm actually like really refreshed right now.
I like this
by,
guy.
like-
So like,
Yeah.
Well, this is good. It helps me bring this stuff and talk to it on like a human level, like on a more like regular level. Which
That's
needs
true.
To happen more.
yeah.
You know, we need
You can assume we're idiots. I mean, like that. Like, again, like Alex said, that's why we kind of titled the show that, so we can learn as much as we possibly can, while also acting like complete morons at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, like I'm learning shit as we
Token
go.
espouse bullshit.
As we go about our lives and as we do this show. Like I there's so much shit that you've been posting that I was just like, I never even heard of this before. What is this? What does this mean?
Yeah, and like I mean, some of the physics stuff I've sort of been trying to like loosely pay attention to, but I mean that stuff is hard. You know, it's
hard for me because I'm learning it from other people too at the same time, and then like I get some of it wrong sometimes, and then I mix things up in my head. Like I when I learned about the Carbonato diamonds, I was like, oh, it's carbon 13, which is one away from 14. But somehow I mixed it up in my head. So on the first show I did about it, I was saying carbon 15. And so people were like,
yeah, it's one
no.
away from 14.
That's true.
15.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mix it up. I mix stuff up in my head too. So
But I mean,
I'm not perfect.
That's
This is
why
a giant treasure trove of shit.
We
you
have the
gotta learn.
luxury of just being like a fucking comedy podcast. So all the science we spout is just supposed to be wrong.
Pseudo intellectual, and also
Yeah.
we get called out like on a weekly, I'm sorry, on a daily basis in the Discord.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh yeah, I guess we messed
That's
that
why,
up.
like,
I don't know.
I don't know if you kept seeing us do this thing, but it's because like
We're
one
quantum.
time on the show we're talking about something being quantum, and I was like, it exists on a wave function.
Yeah, we're
It's
quantum. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So now we just do that every time somebody says quantum. We just go like that.
He goes, yeah, it's a wave function.
Yeah, we just go like that every fucking time.
Then
That's called getting your shro on.
yeah,
Schrodinger's.
it's funny that you're rhyming with the next thing. They were asking also, what are your thoughts on the vril?
Do you know what that is?
Vril.
The
Oh
vril.
yeah, that whole thing about the the cult, right? The Thule Society.
Yes, yeah, it's supposed to be like there's like a society of creatures that are holding the planet up, right? Like if you, I guess it kind of intersects with like flat Earth, but like
that's
you,
that? I
you
thought
go
it
over the
was-
edge and it's like there's a society of these creatures that are keeping the world propped up or some shit with no ground beneath them. Space,
I
it's
don't
space.
know about all that.
They have an
I think
anti-gravity
that Hitler was looking
underneath
anywhere he could for secret information, and he looked into some of those secret societies and some of the esoteric, occult knowledge to see if there was anything there. And I've met some of those people and stuff, and I got a couple people that have sent me like some occult scriptures or things and tried to, can you make sense of this? But it's like I don't find any of the as much rich answers and stuff in there as you find like reading papers and just going through the bibliographies and the scientific literature and really getting into that stuff. But it's like that stuff requires like real effort to get to that level where you're able to, when I was an undergraduate reading some of those papers, nothing made sense to me. I didn't know any of the words, and like I couldn't get 2 sentences, in before I was just like, just Googling just these words to try to figure out what they're talking about. But as you gain more familiarity and you gain more knowledge and more disclosure, you're able to see more, and that's an interesting thing. I like talking about consciousness too, and like how the human brain works, because it's super interesting that like it's kind of like, have you guys ever taken psychedelics before?
Mild ones.
Like what, heroin?
I haven't.
So we take heroin on like a
I'm not
daily
that-
basis. So is that what you mean?
No, that doesn't count. No, that's an
Have you
opioid.
guys,
No.
like Joe Rogan, have you guys ever done DMT?
Yeah,
It's
no,
every
no,
single
no,
time.
no, no,
You guys ever had elk?
No, I haven't done any legit.
No,
ones.
but apparently there's all these messages coming at your psyche, right? And you have this default operating mode that kind of filters out all the bullshit or what you think is not important messages. So you're constantly just filtering stuff out you're not even aware of. You know how like when you learn about something new or you start talking about elephants, suddenly elephants just appear everywhere and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That might be like this sort of weird, aspect of some kind of quantum entanglement or something, but it could also be like, I think, that you're just, this stuff's out there, but you're not aware of it until you because you're just filtering it out. And that when you remove that filter, you're looking for it, you're aware of it, it comes through.
Yeah.
So there's so much stuff that we're not aware of that we're just filtering out on a daily basis. And that just seems like unimportant to us.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing that we see that Batman. So many people saw that UFO because it was filmed by a pilot from an F-18. And they just like clung to it.
Yeah.
And that occupied their spectrum of concern. Their whole default operating mode was like, this is important, and not, So it's just interesting. I try so hard to figure out new ways to like turn people on to better information and stuff, but it's not easy.
I fucking love that, man. Like I know I'm probably starting to get drunk because like when I get drunk, I get very like
sentimental.
Like you're my friend, bro, and stuff, But it was like
my whole life.
I really like your train of thinking. It was like I kind of hate talking to like intellectual people for the most part.
That's why he doesn't like doing the podcast with me.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Oil and vinegar.
That's why I hate Justyn.
Oil and vinegar. That's right.
No, but
You're vinegar because you smell worse.
I do smell worse, but it's because I'm more ethnic, right?
Oh,
No, you
shit.
said it. You said it.
I didn't
You're racist.
say anything like that.
No.
We're both Mexican, by the way.
we're
I know
both-
I don't
we're
look
both
it, but
Mexican. He's Justyn Gomez,
yeah.
by the way. But anyways, no, I forgot what I was saying.
That's what happens when you get drunk, dude.
Dang it!
You were gonna say, go ahead.
You're getting all sentimental and you're feeling.
Oh no,
And then like
I love,
the
like, everything
estrogen
about-
starts flowing in and out.
No,
I love.
he was talking about like the
I love your whole train of
intellectualism,
thought on
like,
it-
where
on
it's-
everything.
It's not a goal to be the smartest. It's like we're all on a path to just try to learn. And,
Exactly, dude. That's what I say about jujitsu.
It's your best friend over here,
I would
dude.
see it.
It's your best friend over here, man.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I
Like,
love being wrong, and I love admitting to like fucking something up. And like the best way that a fan could
Same.
ever honor me would be to like put together like a whole compilation of everything I've ever gotten wrong. Correct?
can
Oh
learn from it.
yes. Oh shit, we have those. It's called flapjack cuts.
Yeah, right. Every episode.
That'd be great.
Every
That'd
episode.
be great.
Hey, we'll get you one of our editor that cuts. Dude, it's so inflammatory because like he'll take our entire episode and then cut it down to the most idiotic parts of us,
And,
like
like,
making
make
ourselves look
fun of
stupid.
us.
Yeah, he'll also like throw in jokes and make fun of us, and we post them because they're hilarious. You know.
Yeah.
We'll shoot the
And
info over.
we pay him to do it.
Yeah,
also.
we pay him, to make fun of us. Yeah, we'll shoot his information over to you. You're gonna love his shit.
But no, I love that. Do you know anything about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, I think I watched The Way, whatever that movie, Banana Way.
That's not it. That's
You talking about the Nick Cage?
Capoeira.
Capoeira. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, the dance
I don't
fighting.
know.
Close enough, right?
No, but
Close
so
enough.
Fall
I don't
upon me
Oh
in
no, the
Paris.
Ong Bak.
Oh yeah. That's Muay Thai. Muay Thai.
So what jujitsu is? It's actually an offshoot of karate.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
all right. Well,
nah, but so like I'm drawing a lot of parallels to what you're talking about. So one of the big ones that I've always found fascinating is that when someone is like a black belt or like above black belt, people can't even comprehend how good they are unless they're like closer to them. Like the closer you draw towards their level of skill, then you can realize how good they actually are. Because someone who is untrained or a little bit trained or like moderately trained, they all they can tell is that they are phenomenally good. But in your brain, phenomenally good is just like whatever 100 is. Like I don't know what it is. It's just 100, right? But as you draw closer to being able to actually observe their level, then you're able to actually understand how good the intricacies of what they're actually doing is, right? And so I feel like there's so many parallels to this kind of thing where a lot of
It's your
people
knowledge tree.
they just
It's
dabble
like
in it,
whatever
but
you build, and you can build a bunch of bullshit into nowhere. Like, and you can go down a rabbit hole into like some conspiracy. And
Exactly.
build whatever you feel like. You can just imagine things in your own head and then go look for them and create them out of nothing.
And
infinitely.
the big parallel I want to draw though is like it's these white belts, right, that dip their toe into the world. And and they will kind of consider themselves experts because like they've kind of read a couple of things, so they know more than just the general pop, right? But the more like if they were to actually do the legwork and maybe like not just read papers from one side but also the other side and learn more about the actual physics of the things and read the papers, they would probably get a little closer to the actual bigger picture. But the problem is they're closed-minded. But I don't know. There's just a ton of parallels, and I'm just loving it, and I'm just ranting because
you guys
I'm feeling the
about
vodka.
the white belts who dip their foot into the pond and think that they're kind of like experts. You heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
Yes.
Yeah. Educate me.
Yeah, the peak of Mount Stupid, like your confidence versus your actual knowledge.
Yeah. It's spawned many memes.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like they take a couple courses and they think that they're friggin' king shit. And then they go off in the real world and
then I got this reference from it was like American Dad or Family Guy or something, but because there's this thing that happens when there's a white belt who's been there for like a few months, and then a new white belt comes in, and they're like, "Hey, let me show you around. Let me like teach you like everything." And they start telling them all this stuff. And half the time you walk by and you're like, "Dude, that's wrong. Like, why are you telling them that?" And it's I would say it's like
you don't judo chop them in jujitsu.
They're like the tallest midget.
Oh my god.
That's Family Guy, I think.
I don't know if you can say that.
I think it was Family Guy.
That's a slur.
Well, I'm Mexican. No.
So that means you can say it.
I'm pretty short.
That's true. So I guess we can say it.
I'm pretty short.
Yeah. And the last thing that the fans wanted to ask you before we let you go was why has Alex fallen from grace when it comes to his jujitsu?
Wait, me?
Yeah, and working out. Do you happen to have an idea on why that would be?
Why would he know that? Why would they ask that?
Because he's got all the answers.
I don't know Alex well enough to give you a definitive answer on that. Sorry.
Okay, he's playing it safe. All right. I feel like he's got the answers though, but he's got to back them up. He's got to make sure that he can verify his sources before he actually gives a full on answer why that happened.
Where are you guys from?
I hate this show.
Texas.
Texas. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man. Cool. So any other questions? Or anything else you guys wanted to talk about? You guys want to wrap it up at an hour and a half here?
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up now. Thank you so much for taking the time out just to be on the show today. I've been trying to get you on for a while now. Our editor, Flapjack, also, who's, I guess, technically our producer, too, has been trying to get you. He's got very broken English, so if you had some weird little Netherlands boy reaching out to you saying, hey, couldn't you come on the show? And it didn't make any sense, that was him. That was our first attempt at trying to get you on, but I'm glad we actually got to carve out the time today to have you on. And you're...
Can we just say also that, I've found everything you had to say pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an open invite. If anything comes up that you just really want to talk about and you want to, get on here, and you have a open invite for, it's a future mouthpiece for you.
Open invite, just to come back on the show anytime you want to.
Guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and giving us the lowdown and entertaining people. Hey, everyone on Alien Scientist, stick around. I'm gonna go and take like a half-hour break, and then I'm gonna try and get some other guests on. So hit me up on Discord, and I'm also gonna try and get some of the other people on that the usual guests on for a little update and a little discussion. So see if we can.
There you go. Hey, what's your YouTube channel called, by the way? Is it just Alien Scientist?
YouTube, Alien Scientist on YouTube. Yep, just search for Alien Scientist, one word.
All right, we'll throw up all your links, but thank you so much for your time. Like I said, welcome back anytime, and hopefully the stream goes well after that. I'm excited.
Yep.
We'll tune in after we're done with the show for sure, if you're still going.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. Thanks.
Have a good day.
Later.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Cinnamon, hey-o, hey-o. You know what they say.
Right.
Chicka-lecka,
Do you have to
chicka-leo.
pee?
Yeah, a little bit. You have to?
I have to pee.
We might as well.
So bad.
Yeah, we might as well go pee right now. I guess that's a great idea. Let's do it.
And we're back.
Look at us. 2 breaks over here. Look at us over here with 2 breaks.
Sometimes the show is so good that it makes you have to pee twice.
Yeah, that's the show is so nice. You gotta pee twice.
Yeah. It's been one of those shows.
It
man.
has.
Oh no, we got to take more alcohols. I feel drunk.
You should, because you're back on the show.
Yeah. All right,
You're
guys.
back on the show
We're
today.
gonna take a pool. We'll be back in a second. I'm just kidding. We're still here.
Check out our Twitter too. I'll show you what I was doing.
Grab my terry folds, grab my foldy flaps. Hey, touch my
Justin
foldy
keeps making this
flaps.
crazy face where, like, when he's
Grab
done,
my terry
he like
folds,
extends his lips like he's trying to catch the bits that are gonna fall towards the side. He goes like this.
flaps. In my terry folds.
Like I feel like there's like an
My terry flaps.
emoji that has that or something, or it's like a rage comic, rage face. Remember those rage comics?
Terry folds.
Yeah.
Like with the weird face like this.
God damn. Did you have to fill up my entire mouth with this?
Dude, I did it when I stopped when you said stop.
My terry folds. My foldy holes.
Look, dude, I stopped when you said stop.
Terry flaps. Gotta grab my terry flaps. Squeeze my holes. Hold my
Oh man.
So, what'd you think about him?
I love that guy, dude. I love that guy a lot.
He was awesome. I was expecting another shit show.
Really?
Like we've had a couple of guests on when you're like, hey, by the way, we're having this person on, and I'm like, cool. I'm excited because I know that like it's gonna be something.
Yeah.
But I'm always apprehensive because like I don't know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes I'm like, oh shit, we're going for a wild ride right now, you know? And I'm such a nice person. I'm the least toxic person to where if we came on and he was like, aliens are living inside of your bodies right now.
Right now.
I'd be like, oh yeah, tell me more, right? I'm not like Joe Rogan. I'm not gonna be like, what? And call him out on it, right? I'm just gonna be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I'll wait for him to get off and talk shit about him. Because I'm a big
As we are wont to do.
vagine like that. But no, like I legitimately like And especially just like the flavor of everything he was saying.
He's so badass.
Like, it wasn't just the content that he was talking about,
Yeah.
but the way he was talking about everything. Like I could really jive with. And yeah, I mean, needless to say, I'm gonna be fucking
Checking his shit out.
tuning in, you know?
So he was sweet enough to also live stream it on his channel. So I'm gonna pull that video because our stream basically crashed
I don't look good.
because of Zoom. That's how you normally look. Yeah, like Quasimodo.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull his stream.
short.
Take that drink, you dumb bitch.
Oh my God, is that Brand? What's up, baby girl?
Why did we give him an open invite?
So y'all should refresh the stream because the chat's just garbage.
There's no way to do so. That's it. The stream is refreshed
game
as
over.
is. Yeah, it's game over. So, yeah, look, he was sweet enough to stream it on his YouTube channel also. He's got 95,000 subs, by the way.
He's Sweden.
We had like 70. Yeah, we had like 70 concurrent viewers like watching the entire time. And he posted this. So I retweeted it. And I was also snipping things from his chat where they were talking shit about us. And I got like, I've got like a whole thing
Because
going.
like to those dudes, you guys are the perfect. Like, look at these fucking idiots.
Dude, it's perfect.
It was great.
Alex, go ahead and read it out, buddy.
Why is Jeremy here? He's a literal genius, and these twerps are using the 50 watchers as a excuse to invoke evil spirits and distraction. Alcohol is called spirits for a reason, and all is vibratory.
Yep.
See, but that's the point,
Yeah. Alex, what is this one say, my man?
dude.
How do you
these are
not
reviews.
know about
these
this,
are actual
Jeremy?
reviews.
This is what I was telling.
You need to add these to your website.
This is when I know, right? Like this is when I was telling him about the
like a
Black Knight
banner.
satellite. So I was like, he
Put
got
in,
you, you
like,
bitch.
really elegant letters.
I know, right? Like, check this out. We're certified comedians now.
What's with all these comedians and Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
Certified comedians, bro. Look at us over
Bro,
here.
I was doing jiu-jitsu way long. I've been doing jiu-jitsu
Way long
for 8
before I was
years, dude.
comedianing. Okay, what does this say?
These two guys are reading off a script, smoking mirror. What? Hey, that's actually a compliment. If we seem so put together that we're reading off a
that's
script,
true. That's true. Okay, what is?
you
The
guys
producer
really
doesn't
feel like
speak
a
any
lost
English.
cause.
we feel like a lost cause. That's pretty good, right? Like this is so, dude.
I dig it.
I'm so excited.
I like. Are you surprised though? Because think about his audience.
I'm
right?
not surprised, and I'm not even close to upset. I love it. I love
yeah.
everything. You know me.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Like,
absolutely love it.
It's the whole problem of us not having a niche. You know.
But for real
So
though, he was
we're-
a really cool dude.
He was awesome, wasn't he?
He was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I
love
wanna
everything.
Talk to that dude again.
For real.
I know,
dude.
right?
Without anybody else around.
Hey,
Like,
Brandon.
I don't want to talk to him outside of the show.
Hey, Brandon, if
Listen.
you can go 6 months without talking any shit about me on Discord, then maybe next time he comes on, we'll let you on.
Oh
Fair?
man,
Fair deal?
Did you
gotta.
make the rules? I'll just show up. What are you gonna do about it?
It's true. He just
I
pops
can,
in.
I can kick you. I also have mod powers.
Kick his. Wait, I think we made him a mod too. Do we or no?
This is the only
But
Discord
we
that I
have
care about.
stronger mod.
Good.
This is the only Discord I care about. Yeah, he was awesome. Even though like, God, he really got off on like a rant / ramble. Like at first, like he kept going. I was like, hold on. What about Millionaire Heart? Yeah, like I tried to like bring it down, bring it down to earth a little bit.
There was a lot of stuff that I wanted him to unpack, but I get it. Like
He's probably so used to just like talking to people who already have like a foundational basis of shit like this, so he can just kind of like start going into like MK
I had
Ultra
to
and
look
shit.
up things.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot, and that was it's so great. So I hope he sticks around on our Discord, starts posting shit in
But
there.
you know-
I just joined his. Go ahead.
like a really beautiful thing about like him coming on our show is that he was legitimately dropping Googleable shit.
Googleable.
If you want to further your knowledge on the subject, there's like
Reddit is the way to go.
There's shit that he was saying, or Reddit, either one. There's shit that
But
he
that's
was
where
saying.
some crazy shit happened.
He was dropping like names and topics and specific things that you could research on your own if you want to, if you're into it and you want to learn more about it, which I think is fucking badass, you know? But
And I really do, because that shit's fascinating.
Yeah, and he did like he
And I
presented
love
it,
drugs, so I'm already there.
of course he presented everything in like a coherent way too. Like And like I know it's basically like a simplified way for people like us. We're comedians now, dude.
All late.
It's like a simplified way in which we can understand, because like it is impossible to sift through the mountain of shit out there to try and figure out what is actually going on. And now
scientific.
you have this guy that's been doing that, from what it sounds like, for probably the majority of his life, and it does so in a way that he can spout out a coherent argument for why this would be the case. Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
There's actually part of my book.
Another point I'd like to add about like how ridiculous COVID was.
I'm sorry, Alex.
Handling the 14-day surface thing for COVID.
Oh yeah, Jeremy called me out of that shit. Yeah, so that's the last thing that I heard about it, and then Jeremy's like, "No, it's actually just a couple hours." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, dude."
Justin,
yeah, it's a couple hours. There's your ventilation system's good. You're good.
Hey, oh, okay.
Hey, hold on.
I didn't know that.
Hold on. Pause. Hold
on.
Listen,
you guys erting over there?
Justin,
what's up, dude?
He got you, dude.
Who got me? Alien scientist or Jeremy?
You didn't say it like it was your opinion. You said there are people saying this.
Yeah.
And then he said, actually, Justin, it was in a couple of hours.
Oh, yeah.
Treat COVID.
No, but you didn't
like
spout
you
that
treat
like it was
the
your own
stank of
opinion.
a fat ass blunt.
So, and he was correcting you.
It's
like,
okay.
Exactly what I said at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Is that he just loves correcting people.
Well, he's correcting the misinformation that I'm putting out. Like,
nope. He said, actually, Justin.
Yeah.
Wow, you loved him when he was here, and now you're just gonna go ham
No,
on him?
he's talking about Jeremy.
I said that when he was here. You fuck.
He's talking about KIGP, Jeremy.
Which one?
Yeah. Who's who?
Germany?
Oh, sorry,
Who's
yeah.
who?
Jeremy. No.
Yeah, I know, right?
KIGP. Sorry.
Okay, I'm about to say shit.
I'm
Because he's
sorry.
a fucking libertarian tard. He's like
libertard.
His entire form of government based off of the thought that hey, people are decent, and that's not true.
Yeah, but we can always privatize the military.
Oh shit.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
because that's worked so well in the past.
Right, Brand, I've never agreed with you more. Kiss me on the mouth. Kiss me through the phone. I'm all alone. Something like that.
Something like
You're a
that.
big smooch.
But anyways,
So that was fun, right? Love this guy,
So why
man.
didn't you ask me
yeah.
about Lazar?
Well, there. So here's
Bob Lazar?
here's the thing that people
Bob
need to
Lazar's so
understand,
believable.
especially in the chat whenever they're calling for my blood. You have to release the airwaves to the person that's on, because if you overpower them, they don't want to be here. So you have to give them an opportunity to breathe,
Yes.
and then you find your moments to jump in and ask questions that might have a semblance of the topic they were talking about prior to your question.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a very delicate song and dance,
so
and then they
bored.
call for my blood because I don't ask all the questions.
I know, dude.
So bored.
I know.
You started talking, and I just tuned out.
You just tuned
I
out.
just wanted to unsubscribe and delete you.
Maybe I'll
That's what I wanted to
I'll
do.
make it more
And I've
interesting
said
next
this
time. I
and
promise.
Again, if you get bored and you want to unsubscribe, then do it, bitch.
I can't. Well, I don't subscribe. I don't give you guys money. You fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
That's a good point, though.
It's in my contract that I can't subscribe.
That's false.
God damn it,
I have your contract in my pocket.
dude! He
and I know
posted
that
he
you're wrong.
posted our site on that live stream, like the link for our site. Dude,
Oh,
he's
cool.
he's a great guy. He's a great guy. Hopefully, he likes us as much as we liked him. It seems like he was getting kind of annoyed at the end when I was asking like,
Well,
why?
yeah,
you're
because it was hilarious. and then like Alex had this impromptu heart to heart with him, where it took him like 20 minutes to invite him
Bro.
to come on whenever he wants to.
I know.
And
No, it's the alcohol, man. When alcohol,
it was very.
When I get alcohol inside of me, I just bro
It was
out.
very you.
It's very Alex.
And it's
I bro
great
out.
because like the majority of the show, Alex was just like hitting out these zingers like only two people could hear.
Dude, he was nonstop.
Oh,
I do that.
He
I
was
whisper mostly to
nonstop.
Justin.
Nonstop.
I mostly whisper
It
to
was
Justin.
wonderful because I love to do that, and it's great that somebody was there to do that.
Oh shit, dude, Brand, I just had a flashback. Look, I know we've been having this like fake beef for like
Isn't it fun?
for a while, yeah. But the first time I ever went on the Film Roll podcast, and I was like doing that. I was like whispering.
What
like
are you
little,
doing, dog?
I was
Fuck
whispering.
you.
What?
His
My
goddamn
dogs.
bundle of
Oh, your literal dog. I
of
thought you were
cinnamon
talking to
sticks
me.
over
I thought
there.
you were talking to me. No, but
Oh no,
Brand,
he
I
said DOG, not DAWG.
Brand, I don't know if you remember my first ever podcast that I ever did. I was doing that. I was like whispering like little fucking zingers in the mic, and you were the only one that was like, you were like fucking high fiving me and shit. And I was like, my man.
Well, yeah, because those are the best parts.
Yeah, but do you
Nobody
remember
can hear
that?
'em.
Do you remember my first podcast ever?
Yeah, I do.
I think Justin
Yeah.
had died or something.
I probably died.
No, he was on. I think he was having a kid or some shit. No, they canceled the show that
No, it was
week
before that.
because they were the sentimental cunt. So It was probably the week. Whenever Justyn came back after having a child.
No, it was way before that because we started our podcast like maybe like a couple months after my first appearance on Film Roll, and Eric's was still pregnant when we started our show. Right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we got like 6 or 7 episodes in before Orion was born.
Shit.
Right.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, crazy, huh? Life. What the fuck? What is
what
life?
even is one life?
How many?
I was like not gonna drink, and then I saw all 3 of you drinking.
Just
and
drink
now
it, you
I
cunt.
messaged you. I was like,
yeah,
hey,
I know.
Just
Bro,
drink. Just drink.
12 beers for
Brand, when I was
by yourself.
when I was watching Darkest Hour in Winston Churchill,
so good.
dude. When he would wake up with like just a glass of whiskey, I was like, I want some so bad. Like he's drinking whiskey the entire time. I'm like, oh my god! Like I want to pour it down my gullet.
That's a real thing.
Those fat ass cigars
That's
too.
a real thing. I find myself.
And he lived to be like forever.
I know, like 80 something or something like that.
Yeah, he lived into like his 80s or 90s.
70s, I
He
think.
was old as fuck.
Yeah, dude, fuck the Queen. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I've been saying.
Winston Churchill
Why did
for the
all the
win.
live so
dude.
long?
Because they're
Are they
British.
All lizard people that are gay
The
frogs?
preservatives in the liquor
No.
and the cigars are keeping them alive like mummified beings.
I'll tell you why. It's because their teeth
dig
are so
it.
fucked up that it like filters
Oh
out
my God.
pathogens. It filters out the pathogens because it's like it forms like kind
Oh,
of.
I'm pretty healthy, isn't it? Yeah.
It
forms
filters out
like a
the
barrier.
pathogens that don't matter. Like,
Yeah.
All right, Alex. I'm sorry, buddy. What was your interest? I took over for quite a bit there, and
It's cool, man.
I had a
loved
lot
it.
of fun, man.
I loved it. I had a lot
did
of
too.
fun. Like,
we 332 views, 332 live congruent viewers on that live stream on his channel.
No mommy's way.
Dude. No mommy's way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel bad for getting really drunk because
Yeah.
I'm really.
there's going to be very few people from their show that subscribe to you.
Oh,
we-
absolutely.
We know that.
But I feel like a majority of your subscribers will subscribe to him.
yeah.
Oh, you're right.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
So he
Brand,
needs
but
us,
Brand,
is what
Is
you're
there a way for
saying.
you guys to track that? Because you should track that and monetize it.
He needs us, is what you're saying.
Brand,
Yeah.
listen, Brand,
You
listen.
guys are like
Brand, listen.
push up.
Brand.
Brand.
You guys are
Brand.
a nice solid push up brawl.
Brand.
show.
Brand,
What the-
listen.
what?
Brand, listen.
So look here. This is what our brand is. Okay.
You don't have a brand.
No, we do have a brand. You fucking fuck.
It's me. I'm your brand.
Can you mute him for a second so I can talk?
Yes, muted. Boom.
Brand, you're gonna talk. All right, fair.
This is
So look-
etiquette. That's straight
So
etiquette.
look, here's what our brand is, right? We basically decided that we want to fuck with who we fuck with, and it's like we don't care about growth. Obviously, we want to grow, but we want to grow with the right growth, right? We want people behind us that want to be behind us.
Behind us. Get behind
Call me
us. Look at us
crazy,
over
right?
here. We're behind us.
And so that's why we're like, look, if you want to be big, you have to have a niche. We don't have a niche. We don't give a shit because we're like, look, the kind of people that are going to stick around while like say they stop by because we're talking about gaming one day, right? Then the next day we're talking about fucking aliens. Then the next day we're talking about Netflix. Then the next day we're talking about D&D. Then the next day we're talking about like
Matcha mojitos.
what have you, bro? Like
God damn it, Macho Mojitos.
look, the people that stick around,
Refreshing.
those are quality viewers versus kind of stop by
Quantity
and maybe
viewers.
view you for a second, you know.
Yeah, don't be viewing me. Like that's oppressive.
So yeah, we're really like going for those quality viewers that are just gonna stick around. And I know it's not like from a marketing standpoint, it's not really the smart move, but
It's a genius move.
But we do this because we enjoy it. And like, if there ever comes a time, and I'm speaking for myself, but Justyn can chime in.
Don't be speaking for
If-
me unless it's right.
No, I'm speaking for myself. You can chime in.
Okay.
If there ever comes a time where I don't enjoy doing this podcast anymore, that will be the end of this podcast.
100. That's the motto of the show is until this stops being fun.
Exactly. There's so
Always.
much shit. Like in the beginning episodes, we were like, "Oh, this is probably boring for the audio only listeners." We still try to kind of cater to them a little bit when we know they can't see shit, but we kind of also don't give a fuck because as long as we're having a good time,
That's a good point.
then like that's all we care about. So if people stick around, then we're happy that they stuck around, and those are quality listeners, right? And they're probably gonna be there for the long run.
Quality.
If we go do some other shit, they're probably gonna check out that other shit, right?
They might. I mean, look at them.
So yeah, so most of the viewers that might have come around because of alien scientists coming on,
Alienoid scientism.
they probably won't stick around. But the ones that do, those are the ones that we really want. You feel me?
Maybe I should make like a separate role for them or something like that. That'd be pretty fun,
I
right?
feel like you took way too long to explain something. Could have been sent an email.
That's what I do, Bran. You don't know me. It's like you don't even know me. That's what I do.
He's long-winded because the wind is long.
Look how much wind I have.
Look how much wind he has. Look how long it is.
So much wind has to go through such a short span of body.
Dude, his
I know.
lungs extend
power.
from his toes all the way up to his gullet. You know that.
Your center of gravity
Toes
is
to
probably
gullet.
so fucking low.
Toes to gullet.
Toes to gullet. You know that. Toes to gullet.
All right, anyways.
It's funny. Do you know what I find funny about you guys?
What?
What?
Everything?
Like, I'm pretty sure Alex's center of gravity is like
2 inches.
way better than mine.
It is. Fuck.
Get
Because
his
you're
ass, dude.
shorter. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that Justyn's center of gravity is way higher than mine.
Oh, it might be.
Well, because you're trained. But
Am
if I
I-
trained Justin, his would be lower.
Am I too tall to
Yeah.
be short? And am I too short to be tall? Am I
You've
like...
got a weird long.
I was
torso.
looking for a
You're
bear. I was like,
me.
where's
you have
my
a weird long torso but tiny
bear?
little
The bear.
legs.
We've been talking. We said that before.
What?
That long torso, little legs. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
yeah,
brother.
We've been
Yeah,
talking
brother.
about that shit for our entire lives. Okay,
Same. I
Alex.
got a long torso and little legs.
What was your interest, dude? What was?
Did you see me looking for my beer?
I did. I saw that. You mean this
What was
beer
your
right here?
interest?
Where's my
Because
beer?
I was
No,
actually
no.
intrigued
Is this the
because
beer?
I don't pay for my Netflix.
You don't pay for your Netflix? What are you talking about?
Hey, is there any beer here?
Bro, I've been stealing my
No.
dad since the dawn of time.
What?
All right, anyways.
Your dad pays for Netflix? That's strange.
All right, let's jump into my interest.
Jump into
guys.
your interest, please. Come on, God.
Pay him monies.
Brian, why does it sound like you're like playing with fucking...
Traffic? Because I am. Why the fuck not?
He's playing with
It's
a
like,
fidget spinner right now.
it's
That's
like
what he's playing with.
noon on a fucking Sunday. Church is let out. Like Karen's pissed off.
By the way, it's 1:30.
They're
It's not
arguing
noon.
about where to go, which Chili's to go to.
Oh,
And
chili sounds good.
I'm hanging out in traffic.
Oh, chili sounds really good. Okay, so you're talking about
Chili's
price
the
increase.
shit,
You're talking about
bro.
Netflix increasing their prices.
Oh, thanks, pal. Yeah. So looky here, guys. I
You
was
guys looking here?
So every single day, right? I tune into Netflix.
Every single day.
Every day, I
Every
pull
day.
up Netflix for whatever reason. Some days I pull up Hulu. Some days I pull up Amazon Prime. But for whatever reason, every day I pull up Netflix.
Netflix.
Feel me?
Yeah, I do.
And I was like, oh, I was met with a notification. Netflix says to myself, hey, by the way,
Hey,
your price is increasing. And I say, what?
what?
Why? And they say, hey, we've been bringing you fire content. We're bringing you more fire content.
Like
Right.
cuties, right?
And I was like,
Cuties 2.
cuties too. Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I'm-
Cuties 3. I don't know.
I was like,
Bro, if they do cuties like
What?
they do Star Wars and there's like 7 fucking movies, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
7.
kill myself. I'm no, like, if that happens, I will kill myself. Like,
hey, don't kill
you can
yourself.
mark that.
Cuties 7, the eyeliner
If they-
awakens.
Don't
If
do
they
it.
make like a cutie saga
Uh-huh.
and just continue on, and then like 30 years down the road, they're like, "Hey, yo, here's another 3 cuties movies."
Yeah.
That's the end for me.
Cutie,
Bam.
Cutie 7.
Bam.
The pedo
Like-
chub awakens.
But no,
I'd be like,
listen here.
Society has deteriorated to the point that I don't even want to live anymore.
Shit,
done.
I had brought it up, but it's gone now.
Oh, shit. Okay, listen here. Listen here.
What's up?
What's up? Talk, man. Oh, Brant
sorry.
jumped out of the chat. Okay, well, see you, buddy. I guess.
Good, fuck him.
That's what I've been saying. Oh, he's back. Oh, no. Okay, what were you saying?
So, anyways.
Anti ways.
So, after I had seen this, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, the price is going to increase.
Price cookers.
So, I think most people will be like, yo, that's not cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's not cool at all, right?
Yeah. I mean, I got to pay more money now for the same service, so yeah.
And look, if you're a long time listener, then you already know my opinion. Can you guess my opinion, Justin?
Your opinion is that you will keep paying money for it as long as it has utility to you.
I don't have the button, but hit it.
All right.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm of the same mindset. When we had bitch ass Aaron Gomez on and we were talking about Netflix and shit, I was like, I'll pay $30 a month for that shit. And then you guys were like, oh, that's a lot of money. I don't know. And I'm like, dude, as long as they keep pumping out quality shit that I'm interested in, or just like dude, even like the quantitative aspect of just like thing after thing after thing, it's like never ending content. So maybe I'll find something I like. I don't know. It's like Spotify.
Yeah.
It's like Discover Weekly, but for movies and shows.
Maybe.
$30 a month is not. It's not a lot.
Well, did you guys ever watch Ragnarok? Like I suggested
Like
a long time ago.
Thor Ragnarok.
No, it's a television show from Norway called Ragnarok.
No.
Oh, I did. I watched
Bruh.
episode 1.
On Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
On Netflix. Bruh.
Season 2 is gonna be dope as fuck.
But
Oh,
I-
is it?
But I hate subtitles unless it's in Japanese because I speak Japanese.
Well, looks like you're gonna have to learn Norwegian, dumb bitch.
Yeah, so it's good or what?
So yeah, it's fun to watch.
It's a shonen though, right? It's a shonen.
Is it a shonen?
where the
I think
kid's
it
in
might
high
be
school?
because homie still
He's in
doesn't
high school and
realize who
turns out
is.
he's Thor.
Yeah, but he has no idea. Even after the first season, he still doesn't know exactly that he's Thor or anything like that. He just knows he's strong as hell.
God.
You know what's funny about that?
How'd I get so
The first time I
strong?
ever masturbated, I called my.
My mom.
I called.
You called to Valhalla and you're like,
No. Okay, everybody shut up. Everybody shut up.
Everybody shut up.
No, I
Alright.
called my member Mjolnir. You know what I mean? I was like, oh Mjolnir, and then I threw it right.
Look at this
Like,
big
oh,
old
yeah.
hair.
Threw it. I
You know
spun
what you
it.
did?
Look, I spun it around, and then I threw it, and I was like, Mjolnir, return. You know?
Is that when you came? Like as soon as you threw it, or like how did that work?
No, yeah, when I
Or was
threw
it
it,
like that
I was
thing
throwing
that,
Mjolnir.
Jeremy posted in the Discord of Not Safe for Work, and it was that broad just like uppercutting that dude's sack.
Oh God, it's so much. It's so much.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I woke
No,
up and saw
that was
that this
rough.
morning, and I laughed for like 5 minutes
it's
straight.
so much, dude.
But also, where is Jeremy?
He died. He did.
Yeah, he got bored, I guess, or he was like, "Drop frames, not PC." Compute.
It does suck that the frames, dude, and it's because of Zoom. But he's also on Discord, so why not just use Discord? Why use Zoom? Zoom ruins everything.
Yeah, why?
He probably couldn't. OBS.
Couldn't
through
browers.
Oh,
that.
yeah, it could have been the reason. Yeah, but yeah, he joined. He joined the Discord like shortly after that, so I guess maybe that's why. I don't know. But Alex,
Yes.
how upsetting is it that they up the price on you?
So here's the thing. It's kind of a debate because, like, you think, like,
Oh, a debate?
yeah, you think I'm gonna be mad, like
Like a master debater?
They upped the price on me, but I'm kind of
man,
like
I'm
I'm
mad
chilling
over
with
here.
it. I'm chilling with
You're
it.
chilling with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
my God.
now I actually got to. I'm glad he brought that up because I took a picture.
I'm glad I brought it up.
So here is the new plans that are available
All right.
after the price increase.
Okay.
If you want the basic plan,
Okay.
you can watch on one screen simultaneously,
Sama.
and the video quality you get
You can
is,
only watch one screen simultaneously.
is basic.
You dumb bitch.
So like
No, I have
720.
two eyes, you fuck. And the monthly price
Goddamn, you
is
ain't-
Brand, you forgot.
$8.99.
Okay,
me
$9.
too.
That's not bad.
$9, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
If
basic.
you're single alone, you're gonna die alone. Yeah.
Yeah, basic. Standard, right? Screens you can watch on at the same time. 2, right? You get HD enabled.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm assuming like 1080p.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds like the first one is 480p. The second one is 720p because I think 720 is still considered HD, right?
No.
No. All right.
Yeah, 720 is considered HD, right? But
HD.
But I know for a fact that once we get to the next one that it is a certain thing. So I'm gonna say that HD enabled is 1080
Okay. All right.
for in this
right.
in this bracket.
Okay.
$13.99.
Okay.
So 14
$14 bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Higher than it used to be, but yeah.
And then we have the premium,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Which your boy has been since the dawn of time.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just checking. Like, can this angle see my phone?
No.
Cool. So we got promise.
Yeah, it's not on.
all right.
Look, it's just that.
It's
just
us.
us.
Okay, cool.
Right there.
So we got premium
Premium.
screens you can watch at the same time.
Okay.
4,
4.
which that's never been a selling point for me.
But I don't have 4 eyes. Oh wait, I do because I have glasses.
There you go. 4 eyes. You fuck.
So I'll buy that one.
Anyways, video quality Ultra HD, which I know to be 4K.
4K,
Right?
son.
Ipso facto, if this is 4K, I'm assuming the other one is 1080p, right?
Yeah.
So Anyways, it's bumped up to $18 now, $17.99 per
Yep.
month.
Yep.
Right?
It's pretty high.
Does that sadden you?
No, not really. Because
Are you still gonna pay for it?
absolutely, you know, I will.
Yeah.
I've said this on the show before. I've gone on record and said I will pay $30 a month for Netflix if it ever comes down to that. If it ever bolsters itself up to that price, I will do it until I do not see a utility in it anymore, or an entertainment value in it anymore.
For sure. And
I got vodka tongue.
that brings up a good point.
Yeah.
Which is I for a long time have been saying that Netflix originals have been I don't know shit about shit, but I'm assuming they're losing money. I'm assuming that they're losing money by making these fantastic films at no cost to themselves, right? Or no, at cost to themselves only. But I don't like on a subscription bit. Like I don't like the money.
Yeah, you don't make like an immediate return. Like it's not like they can release it in theaters and then make money for that specific project. Yeah,
it's kind of like they put it up and they hope that like it brings
attracts
subs,
more
right?
subs. Yeah,
hopefully subs will come in, but they're just throwing money.
Subs
at the
over
problem.
dubs always.
And their shit is good, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Dare I say it?
Some of it is really good. Some is really bad.
Like what?
I'm
not disagreeing with you, but I'm just like
looking for an example. So there's like an alien scientist. No, there's like an alien movie with Michael Pena.
But I love Michael Pena.
I do too, and I thought that he only did good movies. And then we saw.
Did he talk really fast, or was he like a? Was he like a? He's like, hey, like I'm.
He's like, hey, going this way, and I was like, that's my man right there. That's my man over there. So like, we're watching this shit.
He's like,
and like
Ant-Man, I'll be your sidekick.
Pretty early on, I'm like, this could be a bad movie. Mm-hmm. And then like you start getting into like the CG shit, and it looks like PS1 graphics, and I was like,
no, are you serious?
Oh no, yeah. And then like the story.
Was it old? Like, did he look like he was like 19?
No, it just came out, Netflix original movie.
Listen,
and it is not. It is the furthest thing from good.
It's not that I don't believe you, but we might have to watch it on the next episode that ends in 7.
Oh yeah, you'll like that one, like especially for a funeral union show. Absolutely, because it's really goddamn bad.
Oh.
You're gonna watch it and be like, oh my god.
Well, I thought we turned a corner.
Boring,
I thought we turned a corner with Surf Ninjas, where we just did like nostalgia films.
We could. I don't care. We do whatever we want.
I like that they're bad.
We're not adherent to.
They're bad. They're bad by today's standards.
Yeah. Three Ninjas. Yeah, Three Ninjas might be
Three Ninjas
slightly rapey. I don't know.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
There's no rapiness.
Okay, but then again, how long ago did you watch it?
Yesterday.
Okay, all right. I trust you now. All right. I didn't. At first, I was Emily. Rocky loves Emily. So like, I don't know if it's been like 25 years since you'd seen it or whatever, but
that's a fair assumption.
Yeah, exactly. So if you just saw it yesterday and there's no rapiness, I trust you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it might have not have been yesterday.
There could have been a little bit of rapiness in it. I don't know. It's like, these movies had like this weird shit. Okay, so
I don't think there was rapiness.
Are you?
I got a question.
Oh my God, he's back.
Brand's
What's up, buddy?
here? What's up, dude?
So, like, how do you feel about Hulu Live only being able to use on one like television as an app, but you have to like plug your laptop into the TV?
What is he saying?
Play Hulu Live if you don't have the primary account.
What the hell?
Oh, Hulu Live.
It's such. I hate when you have to go through like the most massive rigmarole just to be able to watch shit. Like, I'm paying for this. Why is it costing me an arm and an ass? Literally in
what if you're not
physicality?
paying for it?
Just to,
what if you're just having to like go about the roundabout way because for the reason Hulu's a cunt?
Well, so you're trying to use your mommy's Hulu account?
He's probably trying to use his mommy's, I think.
My papa's.
Yeah, puppies.
Papa's
Okay,
Hulu.
so
well, they use my Amazon Prime. Actually, and also, how do you guys feel about HBO Max releasing their entire catalog on HBO Max?
Love it.
Next year.
Love it. Love it. So you got Wonder Woman 1984, which we're definitely gonna watch, but I'm not excited about. And you also have like a shit ton of
people are still gonna go to the movies regardless. Like,
yeah,
people who aren't gonna go to the movies if they can, or people that are like Justyn or Alex, where they have children, and like going to the movies for like one night is just really fucking expensive for no reason because
it's funny,
like 14-year-olds make more money than fucking adults do.
We actually took our 10-month-old to the movies, and she didn't cry one time.
Damn,
that's called parenting.
That's a champion.
I said, "Look, listen here, little baby."
She said, "Listen here, little baby.
If you cry one time, you're not getting no milk tonight.
You're not getting no milk."
Oh, Justyn,
give him some milk.
I have to drive home.
Give him some milk.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't.
But I'm trying to make the drive more fun for you.
But nah. Anyways, Brandon, go ahead and
go ahead and go on with it.
Monologue first.
Can you go ahead and go on with it, please?
Yeah, I feel like
go ahead with it.
A bunch of questions, and y'all dumbass biddies don't have no questions to be answered. You know what I mean? And so there was this one time I was hanging down the street from my apartment, and there was a rainbow this morning, and it was pretty. I watched that woman punch that man in the ball sack, and then I saw a rainbow right afterwards, and I was like, "Am I gay?"
Yeah,
I think that turned you gay because I think you pictured yourself in the woman's position, punching another man in the balls until cum shot out in her face.
And being so gratified by the fact that that's what it took. I have a feeling she was like, "Fuck it, dude. Fuck." Yeah.
It's just like when you watch the Columbine videos, right? Like the Columbine like security videos, and you're like, man, I wish I was the one getting shot, right, Brand?
No,
right?
I never watched those videos. The only thing I
watched by the way,
that was even close to that.
Brand's favorite movie of all time is The Birth of a Nation. That is confirmed. We got that on Discord. You can't find that pure content anywhere else, dude.
Movie's trash. The original.
Yeah, the original. The one that you were like, oh, it's a monumental achievement. Right, it sounds like him, right?
No,
Brand,
it wasn't.
Are you going to build a PC or not?
Yeah, dude. Are you going to build me a PC for the price of vodka bottles?
Well, I don't know. How much you're going to pay me in cheap-ass vodka?
We'll give you a couple bottles.
Couple bottles for a whole PC? That's like $2,000.
Maybe 3 bottles.
$2,000 for like $7.99.
Fine, 4 bottles. We'll give you 4 bottles.
Brand, why would we pay you when
use all Patrick's
we do it ourselves? We can do it ourselves, you fuck.
Wait, he has a good point. We could siphon Patrick's YouTube money to build him a PC for our purpose. Somehow.
Build a bot.
Somehow. Like there's like
tell me how to build a bot.
There's a step 4 in there.
Build you a bot.
There's a step 4 that's all question marks, and the step 5 is profit. And we got to figure out what step 4 is.
You know what's a really scary thought?
What's the scary thought, dude?
Patrick is by far the most successful content creator we know.
Yeah.
He still has a day job.
Yep. That's right.
So
we will never be famous.
We're never getting out of this hole. That
will never happen. Like the show will never be as big as it's supposed to be, or as big as we.
You know what's fun though? Like, at least your day jobs don't really suck.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mine
I don't know about Justyn's, but like Alex is pretty easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
He gets to look at babies and change babies, and then he's has babies.
You know what?
I'll be impressed when that carpet's replaced and you've done some things and the chandeliers.
I've done a lot of shit, you fucking asshole.
I mean, I was only there a couple months ago when Justyn forcibly threw his face in the back of my head.
Yeah, if you keep it up, I'll do it again.
I've done a lot of
shit. I'll come back over. Don't fucking tempt me, dude. I'll come back over to your house.
It's gradual.
See all the cool shit you've done to it.
You know what? I was going to ask you to come over and hang out, but now I'm probably not because you're being a dick.
Bro.
But I want to come over.
I was going to ask you if you want to play Gloomhaven.
So I see the cool shit you've done to your house.
He's been complimenting you the whole time.
You want to come play Gloomhaven, but you're being a dick.
He's been complimenting you the whole time in like an aggressive tone. It's all been compliments.
My middle name is Gloomhaven.
That's his middle name. You didn't know that?
Did you say how lame is
Gloomhaven? It's not Carlisle. No, he said his middle name is Gloomhaven.
My middle name is Gloomhaven.
It's not Carlisle like we first thought. Brandon Carlisle Carlos. No,
Speaking
it's
of
Brandon Gloomhaven.
Where the fuck has KIGP been?
That's a great segue.
Of like, he got really mad when I went ham on libertarians and he just dipped.
No, it's probably
he was like, he's master of sham.
It's probably the stream. The stream like really shit the bed. But do you have anything else to say about Netflix raising their prices?
Oh yeah, I had a lot to say, but we keep getting off of it.
That's because of Brand.
I you said it.
I forgot it. Yeah.
Every time I chime back in, it's because I'm bored.
So yeah.
And if I'm bored, then everyone's bored.
I guess. So long story long, they're raising the price, but I'm gonna pay for it anyways.
Yeah.
Even if they raise it more, I'm still going to pay for it because I really like Netflix originals.
When it loses its value to me is when I'll stop paying for it.
And it's that I've said this time after time.
Time after time.
Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. But look, listen here.
Listening here now.
Most of the Netflix shit, even though it's obviously to make money, like I feel like the people that are making the shit have passion. It's passion projects.
Yeah, some for sure.
And I'm sure there's shit that Netflix Originals has put out that is bad. But so far, the most stuff that I like watching Netflix has actually been Netflix Originals, which is weird. You would think like, oh, what about all the other movies they put on? It's like I don't give a shit about that. Like, it's cool. I like when I first got Netflix.
When I first prescribed to it.
Yeah, I thought they just had I thought it was like Blockbuster, but all the movies that you could ever find.
That is what it used to be, yes.
Turns out,
if they don't bring back Mindhunter, I'm going to fucking
Oh, dude, I know, right? You know the actors just got released from their contracts, right?
Well, no, it wasn't released from their contracts per se. It was more like released from their obligations of having to be on set.
So they can go work.
Did you watch Queen?
Yeah, so they can do things. Like, it wasn't like... It was basically like,
Eric's
shit, we didn't do any of the pre-production on this yet. So you guys go do other shit because we still got to figure this out. And then Finchner got put on a show or like a movie or whatever. So like he was distracted.
Stop playing with knives.
So it's just a timing thing.
Well, he's not like 100% invested in the project. So he's like, hey, you guys need to go work. So let me release you from the contract for now.
You know what I found out from another Netflix
from your
original?
obligations.
What'd you find?
Tim Burton did not direct Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh my God. Is Alien Scientist still on the show?
Did you guys know that?
No, I didn't know that. What did he do?
He basically
what's up?
He like drew the pictures of it. It was like his vision and shit, right? But then
so he created the property and then somebody else directed it. So it's like George Lucas.
Shit, yeah, basically
for like the originals.
He also had like the whole like overarching authority for it.
Yeah.
But so whenever they were like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" and he was like, "Yeah, sure." But he also from a different company was like, "Hey, do you want to do Batman 2, Batman Returns?" So he was like, "Obviously, I'm gonna do that one." You know what I mean? But he's like, "But yes, to the other thing too." So he like put in place like a group to do it that he was kind of like overseeing. And I learned this all from a Netflix original, by the way. It was like it's called I forgot what it's called, but it's like Christmas movies that you love or something. And
it's called Stranger Things.
It's like a limited series. Right now, all they have is Elf and Nightmare Before Christmas. Only those two.
I watched
both of those. I love those kind of like behind the scenes shit.
I do too, man. Oh, I love it so much. Yeah. Sometimes like the making of the film is so much more interesting than the film itself. So like
the actual film itself.
Oh, dude, right? Exactly. Like that's why The Disaster Artist is such a fantastic movie because like look, you get to watch this goddamn train wreck unfold.
I agree with you, but I think in terms of these two movies, I think these two movies are something that like we have all come to accept as just like a main staple of Christmas movies, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe not like the creme
de la creme. It's no It's a Wonderful Life or anything.
No, yeah, exactly.
34th Street, but it's
like,
it's good.
I feel like it's not your dad's Christmas movie, but it's like our generation's Christmas movie, right?
Yeah, like Elf is definitely something people are gonna watch for fucking ever.
Elf, Nightmare Before Christmas, right?
Yeah,
Nightmare Before Elf.
If you're a teenager, of course you're gonna
and it's like
you're gonna watch Nightmare Before Elf.
We're all
he said Nightmare Before Elf. I got him. I got him.
You got him.
I got him.
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah, we're all basically 30.
No, trying to be.
No, it's too late.
No, it's too late.
Hey, Brand, you forget we can edit it however we want.
We will make you look bad always.
Anyways,
I know. I'm okay with that. It's not that hard.
But yeah,
it takes like two little snips.
Long story long, I'm not mad at Netflix. They can raise my price as much as they want because I appreciate that.
Oh man, I don't like bending over and just taking it up the ass like that. But yeah, you're right. Like I'm fine.
And that's what's weird. My knee jerk reaction when they were raising it, I was like, "We're gonna cancel. We're gonna cancel." And then I was like, "What am I talking about?
Why would I cancel? Why would I ever do this?" Yeah.
Like you're dumb.
And they've got us by like the seam of our ball sack, right? Mm-hmm. Like like if you pull that thread and unravel it, our balls will fall out and our cum will too. And like I can't have that happen. And so look, they've got us by that.
And another thing that people don't get, or I say people, but most of our generation gets, probably most of the people that listen to us get, but there's a lot of people that are still paying for like cable and shit that haven't cut the cable or whatever. non-millennials and shit. I mean, like we're 30, right? But there's like people that are like 40.
Split for yourself.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those people are like, look, why would I pay $120 for cable? And then also like at first I was like back in the day I was paying $7 for Netflix. That's fine, right? And then it goes up to $10 and then it goes up to $14 and now it's $18.
Yep.
Like that's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, but for me it's like I'm only paying for Netflix. I'm not paying $120 for cable. I'm paying for Netflix, I'm paying for Hulu, I'm paying for Crunchyroll. Those are the three things. You know what I mean? So
That's
it's
a great
like
point.
I'm still net less than if I had
way
fucking been
less
paying
than
for
cable. Yeah. Which also you cannot control. You
Even
can control
with
everything
ESPN
else.
Plus and Disney Plus and all that bullshit, I'm still fucking net lower than had I paid for, especially if you want to go into the Ultra HD realm. Now we're talking like, ducats and ducats and ducats.
In ducats. So
We're talking buckets of ducats.
we're paying. Okay, so we have Netflix, but we have it through T-Mobile. So they comp.
Ew, T-Mobile.
It's great.
Ew.
I have no issues with it.
All right,
it's
that's
fantastic.
cool.
But they comp $15 for us, so we pay $3 for Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Boom, $3
Yeah, boom.
for Ultra HD Netflix. That's badass.
that's
And
cool.
granted, it might go up to $5. Oh no, but we also pay for.
Here's
Right?
my thing.
Right?
What I really want to do
You have a
is I
thing?
want to create an app. So you don't have to pay for the app, really.
Do you want
You
to
just-
develop an app with me?
You can do that.
It's
No,
just
Gluty.
It's just a really...
Gluty, we're not
It's a really
developing
good
an app with you,
UX.
Gluty.
It's just
And
a
then-
really like good UX UI design or layout for
Oh.
hosting all your streaming services. Like,
Okay, so like
you
Flex.
don't pay us shit.
Oh, like Plex, right? Like a Plex server. And Alex is looking deep into the camera
It's
right
just
now,
fucking
looking
easy.
at you right now.
That way you don't pay us for an actual service like they pay us.
No, that's not.
But
No,
you get the consumer. It's just a consumer winning like product.
What are you trying to do?
You can see all your shit in one place.
Or a bow, sweetheart.
Okay. Oh man!
You can take shots of vodka, you dumb bitty.
This is the most
Take
pulls
that
we've
shot.
ever done on an episode, I think.
I don't know.
No, it's
Who
not,
knows
you
what
dumb
even
bitch.
time is? We're quantum, son.
Hey, Brandon,
did-
when you're
you
coming
did
back
it.
to the studio, by the way.
You did keg stand like 4 episodes ago. you dumb
That's
bitch.
true. Brandon, you are
Get on
coming
the-
on. You are coming on Sunday, right? For the super special, spectacular episode, spectacular.
What is it even about? And who do I have to make fun of?
Just come
Who's
on.
My
Just,
target?
just come on. Shut up and just come on.
My terry flaps in my terry fold.
Do I have to bring an interest with that many people?
Hey,
around?
Brandon,
You definitely don't have to.
will you admit that you want me to teach you do jiu-jitsu?
Do jiu-jitsu.
Well, yeah, but like I have to show up. I gotta get a haircut first because that shit hurts.
Whoa!
No, I actually have.
Don't cut your hair ever.
I have a series of jokes that are revolved around people with long hair.
No, dude, it's not fun to have long hair and roll around on a mat with other people because it's a target. Like it hurts when people pull on it.
So, Brand, I pushed out.
It's inevitable.
I pushed out.
Do you want to be one of my first students?
I pushed out. I cut my hair. I shouldn't have done it. And
Only if-
I will
only
grow
if
it
you
back
be-
out again sometime
What?
soon.
Only if you can be my only student in Tachiwaza.
So you guys will be like pretzel students. Like you're both teaching each
But
other.
Brand,
I just need to tear down and relearn everything I learned ground wise, but
Yeah.
Brand, you know the
still
issue with
keep
that though.
myself upright.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but like, I'm sure
Hey,
you
hey.
have judo to teach me. But
Be mean.
okay, but my coach was also like a Olympian.
Yeah.
Be meaner.
in judo.
Way meaner.
So
Anything I would teach you wouldn't be like it would be like weird entries on shit that you didn't know were weird entries on shit because he wouldn't
I
think to
have
tell you
that in
that because he
jujitsu.
I
just
feel like
knows
you're
that.
missing the S from centuries when you're saying that.
anyways, okay, that's my interest, guys. Bye.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, hey. Oh shit! It is time.
Wait, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Yes, I will pay up to. Well,
How many billions?
I don't know, dude. Because
How many ducats? How
I make more and more money every year. So
How many
it-
steel?
my ceiling for what I consider to be like raped in the ass
Uh huh.
compared to the quality of content I'm getting continuously, like the disparity keeps rising. So it's like, I know last time I said, and this was like 3 years ago, I said I'd pay $30 for Netflix. Dude, I'd probably pay
now-
$60 like for Netflix
Because
a year.
you're
I mean, a
Big
month.
Daddy Warbucks now, right?
I guess like
Yeah.
I don't make
You
that much
basically
money, but
run the company. I almost said the company, but I was like,
thank
I
God.
should
Please
not say
don't.
it.
Please don't ever do that. But also, like, as long as they keep pumping out quality content, like to an acceptable degree, right? Because they're pumping out more of a quantity type aspect. So it's like you get to watch more shit than actual good stuff. But also the gems are in there.
You know the fucked up thing?
What's the fucked up thing?
I'm such a weeaboo, right?
Look at his weeaboo ass.
That I would pay infinite dollars for Crunchyroll because it's like sub only and that's what I fuck with.
Yep.
And it's like, it's not because I'm trying to be like a cool guy, like, look at me.
Look at this cool guy over
Look at
here.
me. I only listen to sub, but it's
He's
like,
a cool guy. Listen to the sub over
I've actually
here.
been trying to like learn Japanese for like a long time. And I legitimately think that Japanese anime just sounds better for the most part. There's specific cases of animes that I prefer dub. But overarching, I prefer the Japanese version. The Japanese. I was gonna say vocals. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, for sure, dude.
Right, but Crunchyroll has also like had price increases, and I think they're up to like
$8 now, right?
$8, right?
From it was like it used to be $5.
Yeah, and it's like.
But Alex, have you watched Great Pretender on Netflix yet in Japanese?
No. Great Pretender.
You should, because there's a whole like still.
Wait, was that
of
the
them
one with
being-
Jared Leto?
No.
Oh God.
It's Great Pretender, and it's. I see what you did there.
Right? No, but like
It's
for
an
Crunchyroll,
anime about con artists, and
I'd
one
pay
of the
mad
con
ducats for
artists is-
Crunchyroll because
Mad Nuggets.
No, mad ducats because Crunchyroll provides a service
like,
that
Crunchyroll is better, I will say, but like, don't discredit Netflix's ability to adapt
Okay.
because they have some really good anime.
What's the
well,
one?
no, that's a different thing.
Seven Deadly-
Seven
Deadly Sins too. That's like a.
yeah. You bring up a really good point, Brand. Like back to the point
Like they're
of
competing.
I will pay any money. No, they're not competing. I'm just saying that I brought that up as an example, but Brand, you bring up a beautiful like also and
Frosty Nugget.
which is
Oh, dude, by the way-
Netflix original anime is fucking bonkers. Son.
Remember how we kept making fun of
so
Aaron
good.
Gomez because he kept
It's
saying
so good.
because he kept saying
It's so good.
because he
It's
kept
so good.
he kept saying also Rand, and we're like, well, don't you mean also and?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, yeah.
apparently also Rand is like the right way to say it, and like
Is it really?
I feel like a goddamn.
Well, he had.
I feel
he
like
had
a
to know
goddamn
that
retard.
because he.
Because he's illiterate, but apparently also
he
Rand
can't
is a
read,
thing,
so,
and I'm like,
he
I've never
knows
heard of
dumb
that.
shit like that.
what the hell is an also Rand? Also and makes more sense to me.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so also Rand, you're right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You go $7 so called blah blah blah. So called.
No, but
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good Justin voice.
But that's how amazing like Netflix extends to. Like,
You mean it
even
deflects.
whenever when me and Natalie went to Tokyo, we were able to watch the Netflix. like the Japanese version of Netflix, and there was some crossover. Nanda.
Nandayo. Yeah. So, congrats on paying
On
more
what?
money.
But are you also paying more money?
Yeah.
Then congrats to you. as well.
Yes, son. But
And we'll do it
it's-
gladly.
It's not. Oh, I'm sorry. It's
you're
not.
good.
It's
I'm
not much
paying
more
no.
because again, like it's pennies on the dollar compared to what you would be paying, right? So like I'm paying
But
instead of $3 a month,
No.
I'm probably paying $4 or $5 a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like the big thing that I'm curious about, and I know this is supposed to be final thoughts, but like a really real.
Hey,
that I
is
wanna
this
talk
final
about,
thoughts?
It's like how much money did they throw at the fucking wall?
It's
just
the
like,
shotgun method for sure.
They're just burning money. They're just burning money, and then they're like, "Hey, we're gonna raise our prices. Hopefully that's okay." And we're like, "Yeah." But it's like an interesting business model. It's like, call me crazy, but do good shit, and like you build it, and they will come. It's like
That's why it's a
make
very
good-
interesting business model.
right.
But
Because they never anticipated on getting into the actual studio business, but they invested all that money in Albuquerque to build a studio. And so if you're going to have a studio, you might as well fucking use it. Because if you don't and you just waste that money spent, then, well, you're fucked.
But
It's kind of like-
not only
Putting out
that,
whatever the fuck
Not
they
only
can.
that, but they're international, bro. Like even their anime is their Netflix
It's made in
original
Japan.
anime.
They outsource a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but
They
there's
just have sound stages.
yes, but Netflix original anime, like a few of those are as good as any animes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also, oh my God, what was I gonna say?
Also, oh my God, you drunk.
Shit, I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
Same.
Okay.
And I'm walking the dog, and I probably look like, a whole park bench.
I bet you do, you stupid bitch. Alex, it's time for the world favorite segment. What do you think about this? Check this out, dude.
I hate
What
this
do I
one.
think about it?
There is a guy right
you.
here. He's
Yeah?
going to be
Let me see
throwing
it.
fire, and he's going to throw it. And there's fire, and he's throwing it.
Through a fire.
Oh, in his
Caught it in
pants.
his
Oh,
pants.
out of his pants.
It fell out of his leg. He didn't look like he did that on purpose. He's like, he's jacking off. His wiener is on fire. He looks like fat Liu Kang. And he pulls his pants off because they're on fire, and he's got red briefs.
Sad Liu Kane. You mean Blue Kane?
No, but he has red briefs.
Yeah, but
So, red
but
Kane?
blue like sad, right? Like blue moon. Blue moon. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Blue Kane. That's Blue Kane right there, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Look at this good boy right here, man. Apparently, he's okay, but we'll
He's
find
okay.
out. Ready, boy?
Emojis. So you got a dog. He's waiting. He runs for something. Oh no! Dude, that guy has COVID. Wait, what the fuck just happened? Does he have COVID?
Yeah, probably.
Dude,
Alex,
I couldn't tell what was your laughing or what was his laughing.
I don't laugh like that. I don't sound like. So when you have like a spray paint can, right, and it's got like the marble inside or whatever, it's like bouncing around. I don't have that. Ready? Listen. That's straight windpipe. Straight windpipe. Okay. Listen to this guy. It sounds like he is a spray paint can laughing. Okay. But also, Alex,
Yes.
even more important, what happened to the dog?
I couldn't even tell.
Okay, watch.
That's obviously like Spot. He's like fucking. Who's a Sherlock Holmes dog? Oh shit! So the dog runs away to get something, like maybe a fetch type situation, and he runs into a swing that just happens to be like living its life. The swing is living its best life. It's just there unawares. And the dog just runs into it, and he's running with so much veracity. The inertia is just off the chain, right?
Yeah.
He flies.
Mach 5, I think is what they call that.
He flies into the air, and then he, because of the nature of swings, he comes back down to earth. And then we don't know what happens. We don't even know what happens. Whoa! He runs. He hits the swing. He becomes erect, eject. What is
airborne?
Airborne. He becomes airborne.
Erect, eject.
Yeah, erect, eject, airborne. But you know what? He came back to Earth.
Oh
no,
man.
are you stupid?
What's going
Justyn,
on, dude?
I
what
hate you.
is this?
I legitimately hate you right now.
Who?
Justyn, there's a thing you do. You troll other people, but you also troll me, your co-host. We're supposed to be friends.
Grab my tail folds. Grab my foldy flaps. Hey, touch my foldy flaps. Grab my tail folds.
I should go first someday. I'm obviously fucking too drunk to even finish the show. You're making me do more drunks.
That's okay, buddy. I'll finish it for you. Oh, you know me.
It's not okay.
Let me pull my pants down because they keep sliding up. Which is strange. Why do pants slide up like a snake? Right? Like you're walking through like
because your asshole is like it's like
it's not up my ass. It's just like my pants slide up my belly button.
Your asshole is like
it's not.
Hey, what's
my
this
ass
game?
is not eating Pac-Man. My ass is not Pac-Man eating my pants.
Your ass
my
is
pants.
100. You know what? You're right. Your ass is Mrs. Pac-Man. Wah, 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 wah. You know?
There is a bow on my ass cheek. That's right. Woo! Woo! Give me that cap right over there.
You know how drunk I am?
Hey, yo, give me that cap over there,
I'm
baby
so drunk
boy.
I didn't even burn.
Yeah, I know. It's not that bad now. So we're just about done with Xenoff.
Yeah. So we're done with
So
my
my plan.
We do final thoughts or no?
Yeah, we did. So
Okay,
my
so
plan was to get you over so we could finally finish this.
No, you cuck.
But it's not going to happen because there's.
No, actually, we could do it.
That's true. We could. I don't know.
I don't want to.
I'll play the song a little bit.
I don't want to do it. Should we do it
know.
after the show? Like, if you want.
Oh shit! Like if you want to see how this shit goes down.
Yeah, if you want
maybe,
the really
yeah.
real, subscribe to Patreon. How about that?
Okay, so check this out. Ready? So Kenneth Copeland. Do you know who he is?
Yes.
He's a preacher man, right?
He is.
Little
Kenneth
boy
Copeland.
blew a man on the moon. That's him.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
Kenneth Copeland. He blew a man on the
When
moon.
you coming home, son, I
Don't know when we'll be together, girl.
Girl.
We're gonna have a good time,
Girl.
girl. Yeah. So this man is one of the greatest grifters of all time, and I will never knock somebody like this. I will never in my life knock somebody. Go ahead.
What is a grifter?
A grifter is like they're a goddamn like salesman. Like they will do whatever they can to con you out of your money, even though they have nothing valuable to offer you.
Here's why. Oh, fuck.
Oh fuck.
I just had PTSD.
Oh my god. Fuck.
You know why?
Oh fuck. Oh my god.
I'm sure you know why.
Why?
Because, like, after you
bought Invigoron, didn't you?
When you put the baby, like, to nap and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, she's asleep finally.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
he's asleep or whatever.
They's
whatever your version
asleep.
of it is.
Yeah, Z's
right?
asleep.
And like,
Zims.
you close the door,
Close
you
the
go
door.
to turn on the baby monitor,
Turn
and
it
you just
on.
hear this, like, ah! And you're just like, like,
No, dude,
you know,
stop.
In your soul.
Stop.
Fuck. Well, no, but anyways.
That's straight PTSD.
Here's
Oh
why.
no.
So, Blade Trinity.
Oh yeah. Where Jared Leto's like, look at this over here.
No, wrong. But anyways, Whistler's like, a grifter came a calling. And I was like, what is a grifter? Does he mean a drifter or does he mean like charismatic salesman? I don't know.
Yeah. No. You grift people out of their money. You do whatever you can to grift. Oh shit! Jeremy's back on. The stream delay is because Justyn doesn't want to get stream sniped. Oh shit! Tony Atrocious is on and get so little back. Jeremy says great windpipe. Tony Atrocious says became Airbud. Jeremy says, does your ass eat your pants, Alid? No, you cuck.
Yeah, my ass does eat my pants because I got the booty do.
Got the booty do. Okay, ready? So Kenneth Copeland, right? I will never knock a grifter for taking money from stupid people. It's just the way that it works. Like this is how the world works. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeremy says my Kenneth Copeland video. Yes, buddy, you're right. So I'm finally realizing that I created a channel in Discord for what do you think about this? So I will take videos from what do you think about this because that's why the channel was invented.
Yeah, but you
in the
did
first
it on
place.
purpose.
Yes, I did, and then I forgot. That's why it existed. So here you go. Ready?
Said that you won't fly commercial. You said that it's like getting into a tube.
Get in a long tube
with a bunch of
In a
demons.
double
With a bunch of demons.
1.1 million game.
I think August or
Oh yeah.
Stop the fear. Stop it right now.
Stop it.
Believe. And she will be made whole. You stop that fear right now.
Do you think that people that fly commercial are demons?
Give me a chance to talk, sweetheart. I'll explain this to you. But it's a biblical thing. It's a spiritual thing. It doesn't have anything to do with people.
You listen to me? This dope-filled world.
Dope-filled world.
I blow the wind of God on you.
On you.
You are destroyed forever.
You are destroyed forever.
And you'll never be back.
And you'll never be back.
I was just standing here just thinking, praise God. And all of a sudden,
Cause why?
I heard the Lord say, see that tree right over there? Whoa. And I saw it. I could just see it. Are you hearing me?
You hearing him, Alex?
For the last 9 days.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you can.
Listen here. Listen here.
Listen up.
Okay, this dude is obviously office rocker, right?
A goddamn demon?
But can I say, look,
Oh my God, Flapjack! Welcome to the show, you stupid bitch.
Hey,
we
Flapjack.
plugged you. We plugged you.
I plugged the shit out of
we
you.
plugged the shit out of you.
We plugged you two in,
Bro.
in person.
You are now the editor. You are now the sole editor of Alien Scientist, buddy, because we plugged the shit out of you. I have a way with words. I have a way with people. You couldn't even get them on the show because you thought Rhode Island was 15 feet away from where I live, apparently. But no, buddy, we got him on the show. You missed the entire interview, and guess what?
He was awesome.
He is going to allow you to edit his episodes
be my
for
new best
him,
friend.
my man.
Well, maybe. He didn't say that specifically.
He said it specifically. Justyn
Maybe.
is the retard of Twitch streaming. Okay, fuck you. Too bad you're no longer editing his episodes. I'm gonna do it for you. You bitch.
Fuck, I'm trying to find this shit, but I'm too drunk to even find it.
Look how drunk he is.
But anyways,
You know what? Hey,
what?
the crazy thing is,
Yeah.
you went 1 week without pouring vodka down your gullet, and look at you now.
We gotta finish
right?
that.
So
I gotta finish the Xeno. You
No,
said it.
no,
You said it.
I know that. But
You
listen,
said it.
I did. But listen to me. Okay.
Yes.
So because I've had a solid week of doing this shit,
Yes.
I'm okay. Right? Like this,
James.
it has not. It has definitely damaged me and dented me just a little bit, but
James.
at the same time,
James.
you're
James.
taking it a lot worse than I am because you were gone.
I know, yeah.
Dude, could you imagine if you did the show without me for a week and I came back? I would be gone after 2 pools immediately. Like, you have to build up your tolerance.
Listen, you're trying to make me feel better. Just don't. Just don't. Just do what you do. Just make it do what it do, baby. We make it do what it, baby.
Okay, there it goes. This is what we do, baby.
Over my mat. The murder of George Floyd.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Good job on keeping a straight face the entire
One
time,
of the
kid.
worst things that's ever come along is make such a big deal out of retirement. You're talking about retirement to a 16-year-old kid. I mean, come on, man. And I have a lot of natural gas on our property. Didn't know that, did you, baby?
Now I do.
Yeah, you do. I had a young African-American. He said, ain't nobody gonna give me no job.
I hate
What is a job?
Like, he calls like every single journalist that he's speaking to that is female baby. It's a little like creepy,
Right?
right? A little bit.
Plantation boss. I'm him, boy. You put that all over there and you get done with that, I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
another job. You gotta go do this.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. We might have to like
That's
call this now because I'm fucking.
Amen.
Now?
I mean, we can make it do what it do, baby. But I'm fucking hammer
One
slamming.
more. Okay, ready? Oh shit! It's Kenneth Copeland again talking about the U.S. elections. It's 40 seconds. Okay, it's only 40 seconds.
The
You got
media
this.
said what?
Okay, so they're talking about Joe Biden being being elected president-elect of the United States. Ready?
The media said what? The media said Joe Biden's president.
What's his point? What's his point?
Oh my God, I love that man. He looks like a goddamn demon, doesn't he? So you can find us at IDIOTSYNCRATIC.show, son. That is where Alien Scientist plugged us at, dude. He posted our page on his YouTube live stream, son.
I'm too drunk.
He
Too
done
drunk.
did it. He done did the goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Check it out. It's look at this. IDIOTSYNCRATIC.show. We got all the goddamn tiles right here. You pick each and every one of them. It takes you to all the episodes. We got the Discord. We got the Twitch stream right there. I finally updated this shit. It's finally the fire ass feed that we always knew it to be. You know what I mean?